Hey, friends. Hi, we're back. We're back. The bitch is back. Very exciting. It's a very exciting day. We're back. The bitch is back. Very exciting. It's a very exciting day. Okay. So we have a lot to talk about. So we have, I have an echo, Sleepy. I don't know why. Sleepy's here. Hey, no, I don't have an echo anymore.
Echo's gone for me now. I had one too.
Okay. So Sleepy's here. Sleepy's going to be my hype man and my tech guy because I'm an idiot and I can't do techie stuff. And Reef is here. And we have lots to bitch about. I have a chat, you guys. Oh, I missed the chat. Hi, Cynic Girl. Hi, Gamer. Gamer's here. Hi, Colin. Miguel. I need to get so much better at reading the chat because I miss the chat, but also I'm terrible at reading the chat. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's how it goes. Okay, so we're back. We're going to be every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, which is exciting. It'll give us a weekly therapy session that I think everybody needs. I know I do. All right, Reef, Sleepy.
Yes.
There's a lot of bullshit going on, right?
There's a lot.
Can we start with talking about, because this has been the thing all week long. I have been talking about Robert Kennedy Jr. with various different people, and I don't feel like I've ranted enough about it, and I need to rant more about it. So can we stop having heroes, y'all?
It would be nice.
Please.
Ooh, look at that. Colin with a $2 tip. Look at that. Welcome back.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, Colin.
That's totally unnecessary, my friend. Unnecessary. Okay. Hold on. I want to see if my tweet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This whole Robert Kennedy thing. Listen, I understand he is good on some things, right? He's good on Ukraine, sort of.
Not really.
Not really, but kind of.
I mean, he called Putin a thug or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, he called Putin a thug and a murderer or something. I don't know. Which was very frustrating because some of his supporters tried to play off this Israel-Palestine thing like he was being diplomatic. Oh, well, you can't insult one side if you want to, have peace talks. Okay, then what is he doing with Putin? Because that's not a very consistent policy. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just really exhausting, y'all, that we have to do this again.
Yeah.
Guys, we have to do this again. And the idea that it's June 2023 and we're already talking about 2024's election and we're having these debates and conversations and none of it matters and we're just wasting time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're not going to have a primary. They're not going to have a primary.
They're not having debates. They're not
it's the most important election in our lifetime.
Democracy is on the ballot.
Yeah. It's
guys, we're
like
it's
I feel like it hits harder with the bleep,
It does kind of. The bleep makes it seem like
bit.
Like, you know,
more risque,
yeah.
right? Like
forbidden.
exactly.
It's a forbidden word. Oh, hey, Shanda's here. Hi, Shanda.
Shanda.
I just had Oz on my show yesterday. First time I've talked to Oz.
He did great.
On a show.
A good show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's fun. He's really funny. He's very clever, and I like people who have great timing. Those are my favorite interviews. Is people who, for whatever reason, you just like the timing is good. That's
he got good ass radio voice too. So
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he tries to be humble about it. Be like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to shut up. do the thing.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. Right. I don't want to be in front of camera. Stop.
I don't need. I mean, I didn't either.
Fine.
I used to avoid it as much as I could.
I hate cameras. Fuck cameras.
Sleepy's never as Sleepy says from behind a logo.
they see into your soul.
Dude, it's way too hot for me to be on camera.
I feel you. Okay, anyway,
it's just that R. Kelly or not 50 Cent with the beads of sweat, right? Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
Y'all
lucky I have pants on. Straight up, dude. It's hot.
It is really hot right now, here too, and I am not okay with it at all. I have the top off the Jeep, and sometimes it's like, it's too hot. Like you get stopped at a stoplight, and it's like you're just baking.
Yeah, the sun is baking.
I have been there. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to put the top back on. Like it was good for a few weeks in the spring, but I think it might be too hot now. Ugh.
Yeah,
it's not good for your fucking your interior either.
No.
No.
I'm pasty, y'all.
You know,
You know what I'm saying?
it's just
I'm pasty.
looking like lobster Misty, you know.
Yeah. No, I burn for sure.
Dude,
all right. Anyway.
Dude, one of these shittins has turned into a Daryl. I'm not even joking. This cat wants to harass me constantly when I'm on here.
Maybe I should turn this
Daryl
on.
leaves me alone these days. I don't know where he's at, and he usually leaves me alone now on shows. When I first started, he would jump on my chair, scare the shit out of me. He'd be walking in front with his tail everywhere. He doesn't do that anymore. They all kind of leave me alone now. We have one called Grumpy, and I there's a thing sitting behind my monitor here, and she will sit on it and stare at me while I'm doing my show. And it's really. I need to post them. I have a bunch of pictures of her sitting right there watching me.
Nice.
It's creepy. All right. Anyway, we need to stay focused. We're not good at that.
No.
Okay. So the Kennedy thing, we need to talk about why this is important, because the Israel nonsense is starting to really wear on my nerves. The hiding behind anti-Semitism. Just because you're criticizing Israel does not mean you're anti-Semitic. It doesn't mean you hate Jews. It means that Israel's a brutal apartheid regime that has been brutalizing Palestinians for decades, and I'm not okay with that. Nobody should.
But Misty, his family's always supported.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, none of your excuses are good enough. Not one. Stop making them. Can you imagine making excuses on an issue like this? Come on.
Yeah, no.
I just don't have the patience for this one. I just don't. And the whole, every politician has to have this position in order to run for president. Yeah, and that will continue as long as you keep letting this happen. As long as you keep saying that is a justifiable excuse for publicly supporting, at the highest level of the United States government, an apartheid regime. You know what I mean? Like actual fascism. No.
They watch too much West Wing. They think it's a two-party state solution is necessary.
No.
They have no idea.
No, they do know. That's the problem. He's not an idiot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
he's not an idiot. Anybody that is objectively looking at the situation in Israel and Palestine, it's not up for debate.
I just think this is all more sheepdogging, like it is every fucking 4 years.
Yes, of course it is. And then, you know what makes me mad? You know what really offends me is when people are like, "Oh, but he said he would pardon Assange on day one," as if that's supposed to make me okay with genocide.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad you got the bare minimum of issues for like.
Yes, it's just offensive. Like, people would think that I'm that vapid. That's no,
right.
That's not okay. And first of all, Assange doesn't need a pardon. He didn't do anything wrong. You know,
and it's also
the charges need to be dropped.
I love how it's now. Well, if you don't like him because of one issue, it's more than one.
It's a lot. There's a lot of red flags.
It's a lot. Right.
It's a lot.
You know.
You guys, it's a lot. First of all, he's a Kennedy. He's a fucking Kennedy. The red flag. Huge red flag. He's running in the Democratic Party. I thought we were done with that, yo. Like, are we not done with that? I thought we were done with that. I was pretty sure we were done with that. We're not?
No.
You're not?
We're
You're
not.
still gonna really? I mean, come on. They went into a court of law and we're like, yeah, fuck you. We'll do what we want. And you can't do anything about it. And people are like, yeah, let's do that again. Why? That's ridiculous. I'm just so tired. He has for decades, and I realize I'm ranting. I'm sorry, but you know what? Fuck that. This is my show. I'll rant.
That's the point of this. This is yes.
But
welcome to bitch, everybody.
Decades of supporting Hillary Clinton and Gavin Newsom and John Kerry. He praised John McCain after his death. Remember when we canceled AOC for that shit? And it's fine though. Like, we're gonna ignore that with RFK Jr. because he says some things that I kind of like. No, can we?
Right, that you have.
You've been on this path so many times.
Several times. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You lived through 2016. You lived through them openly rigging a primary, and then WikiLeaks giving you everything you need to know that that's exactly what happened. And then you go through 2020, and for whatever reason, I was done after 2016. I'll give you a little bit of a pass on 2020 because I realized a lot of people really wanted to have hope. But then you go into 20. They openly rigged that shit against you again, and now you want a third time? You want a third time. And now in this time, they're even telling you straight up, we're not even going to have a debate. We're not even going to have a primary. Fuck you. And you're still wanting to go and like support. No, pressure him to run third party at the very least. I mean, come on. Sorry.
No, I'm with you.
It's so
I mean,
frustrating.
for both of these dumb sheepdog candidates that want to try to pull us into the we're not having a primary. It's already a coronation of a guy who can barely stand. You know, like just accept that and keep moving. You know, I don't know. Like your strongly worded letters aren't going to get the Democratic National Corporation to
Even if they
change
do
their
get elected, like they're gonna do anything.
Right? Listen. There, one of two things happens. If you let's say you magically manage to get elected, or you like AOC, I think she was probably a manufactured candidate and she was meant to win and all of that stuff. But they don't do anything. One of two things happens. If you get elected, either you acquiesce, you completely capitulate to the corruption, or they find a way to get you out, i.e. Cynthia McKinney and Dennis Kucinich and numerous other people. That's what happens. Either you go along or they get you out. And so the system, it's the whole system, the whole thing. You can't reform this shit, guys. It's not possible. It is not.
Hasn't been even minorly reformed in my lifetime. Like
nothing's been reformed. In fact, it's getting worse.
Yes,
it's worse.
My life was way better 20 years ago.
And we just keep letting it go. And it's weird, right? Like, it's so weird to me that we just keep letting it go. That's why it's as bad as it is, because everybody was just, okay. That's the weirdest thing, is that people are willing to accept that this is the best that we can do in this country. What happened to we're number one? Like we're Americans, right? This is the best you deserve. Like, this is the best we can do. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are the two options for president in a country of, 350 million people? That's our two options? Really? Corrupt, corporate owned, warmongering, pedophile, creepy dude who wears a red shirt, or one who wears a blue shirt. Those are your two options in the United States of America for your election for president.
At least on Star Trek, the red shirts get blown up, So,
but seriously, if that's your system, if your system leads you to that option, it's broken. It's broken.
Can I just bitch about George Takei?
Sure.
Can I just in general? God. He's an asshole.
He sucks.
Like, he would have Sulu would have just stabbed Chekhov. Like, Star Trek is unrealistic now. Like, Chekhov would have been murdered in the first 5 minutes as a Russian asset among Starfleet. Anyway, there's so much of that happening right now with Tara's situation. Like,
there's so much of that happening across the board.
Right. It's awful.
It is exhausting.
It's terrible.
It really is.
Dude, once Noam Chomsky wanted to start rounding people up into camps, I knew.
No.
Dude,
I was like, you know what? I'm done.
Noam still has my lighter.
I'm done.
How those people eat? I'll let them starve. Fuck them.
Yeah,
they won't comply with forced medical procedures. Fuck
this is a guy. This is a guy who used to be in an internment camp that we made. Our country made those. Russia didn't make those.
There are still kids in cages. Yes.
Yeah.
And one just died. Can we talk about that? Because one of those kids in cages just died the other day, like a couple weeks ago. I think it was May 17th. I think an 8-year-old died at the hands of Border Patrol. Essentially, she had like 104, almost nearly 105-degree fever, and they didn't take her to the hospital. She died.
Yeah.
Where's AOC? Did she get lost on the way to the fence?
At fundraising events, that Colin has to pay $75 to get into,
right?
To heckle them,
right?
Like, that's where they're at.
Yeah, fundraising events, taking your hard-earned money to not answer questions about issues that matter, and not talking about 8-year-old girls who are dying at the border. And where is AOC? This was a big fucking deal a few years ago for her, right? It's all she talked about. And they were concentration camps, in fact, right? Right? That's what she called them. Where is she?
Migrant
people make excuses for her.
Overflow detention facilities.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Kids are still dying there. Women are still being raped. Women are still being sterilized. And she doesn't have shit to say. Why? Because Biden's president. And you are cool with that. Her supporters are cool with that. They're fine. They're not going to hold her accountable. They're going to make excuses for it. Now they're making excuses for the concentration camps and kids in cages. Like, the inconsistency of that is just so disgusting. The hypocrisy of that is so
Ugh.
disgusting. It genuinely makes my skin crawl. Fuck her. To use kids like that as a as a prop, as like a political weapon of some kind, or no, really a prop in her
gross.
performance. That's what it is.
Yep.
That's gross.
Very much so. It's terrible.
That's gross.
I mean, that we've got Clarenberg being locked up, or at least arrested.
Shit. Not arrested, detained.
Detained.
For over 5 hours. So for those people who don't know this story, our friend Kit Clarenberg, my friend Kit Clarenberg, amazing journalist, works for the Gray Zone a lot. He's also done work for other people. He really does do good work. He's done a lot of stuff. He did the stuff last year. I'd had him on my show, exposing Paul Mason in the UK. Really juicy
Paul
stuff.
Masson.
Oh, he helped with all this stuff that we did when Tariq was in London doing all the Assange stuff. He was
he does amazing work. So he was traveling. He lives in Belgrade, I think. And he was traveling back to the UK. He's from the UK. He's from I think London or England. It's like somewhere in England. I think, right? Is he? I don't know.
I think so.
One of those.
But he was traveling back to visit his family and friends, and he at the airport, I think Luton Airport in London, he was detained for over 5 hours. His documents were all taken. His phone, I think, was taken. His laptops, all of his electronic devices. He was forced to give him the passwords for that. He was given no right of refusal. He was grilled about his rent and how his utilities are paid, and his political views, and his journalism, and whether or not the Gray Zone's affiliated with Russia, and all kinds of dumb shit for over 5 hours.
But the NED isn't associated with the CIA, Misty. That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's happening.
Yep.
It's happening. And
yep.
Remember when we told everybody that this shit was going to get worse? I mean, trust me, I don't like being right about that. That sucks, but it's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Well, they know they can get. They've known for years now they can get away with that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're torturing a guy in the middle of London for publishing truth right now. That's happening in the West.
Well, and all
that's happening.
There's not that many activists doing anything to combat it. There's
there
only
is. There's lots of us.
Yes.
But we need more.
Right. Quite a bit more. And the people
who are doing it, hold on. All right. Okay. We gotta, I'm not going to do any lists because I will forget people and then I'll feel terrible, but you know who you are. Assange activists around the world, in Australia and New Zealand, in Germany and Italy and the UK and the United States. And I guess I did start a list in Mexico and all over the world have done an amazing job. I mean, seriously, we need to give props to everybody because the momentum is shifting, y'all. And listen, the FBI, if you don't know, and this is one of the things that we wanted to talk about tonight, the FBI is currently trying to kind of reopen an investigation into Assange, and they have contacted a journalist, or I'm sorry, a writer who was the ghostwriter on Assange's biography, and they are trying to get him to testify against Assange for whatever, just they want to interrogate him or talk to him or whatever, and he's refusing. But I think, to me, this story, we should pull it up, but this story,
which one? I can find it.
I can find it too, but
whichever. You probably can find it faster than me.
I've probably tweeted about it a million times, or
okay, then I can find it.
Yeah,
go ahead, keep talking.
But I think, to me, this signifies that they know they don't have anything. And they know that they're running out of time because they're now scrambling to try to bolster their case because they don't fucking have one. Can we just talk about that?
Does it matter though? I mean,
no, it doesn't.
So
That's
fucking rigged.
Of course it doesn't. But I think that they realize that the momentum is shifting. People are now, I think a lot more people are aware of it. A lot more people, the public opinion is starting to shift. I wish it was happening faster, but it is starting to shift. More and more people. I think
Everyone I know from across the pond, like I know personally, they're all pro Assange. Every single one and these
yes,
are just normal people I play games with and shit. And like
yes.
You want
that
the
surprised me.
camp
That's the
one?
first time that's been a thing
I got it,
since we
Reef. I
started
got it.
all this
Okay.
shit.
I found it.
Cool.
Did it come up?
I literally found it at the same time.
So Dave DeCamp, shout out to Dave
Cool.
DeCamp. He works over antiwar.com. He also hosts a show called Anti-War News. You can find it on, I think, YouTube and probably other places. I don't know. But shout out to him. He does great work. And they're always good about really making sure that they cover the Assange stuff. So it says the FBI is looking to gather new information about WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. The Sydney Morning Herald, which by the way they suck, and The Age reported on Thursday. According to a front page story in the SMH, the FBI may be trying to build its case up against Assange, who was indicted by the U.S. Justice Department in 2019 for exposing U.S. war crimes by publishing classified documents he obtained from a source, a standard journalistic practice. And notice, if you are somebody that follows Assange stuff, notice how Dave covers this and then go read mainstream stuff about it. Two very different tones. Like he very clearly states that what Assange did is a standard journalistic practice. You will never see that sentence in a mainstream article about WikiLeaks or Julian Assange, but that's what it is, a standard journalistic practice. That's just so we're clear. The report said that last week, the FBI contacted Andrew O'Hagan, a Scottish novelist who worked as a ghostwriter for Assange's autobiography. O'Hagan rejected the FBI request as he opposes the U.S.'s efforts to imprison Assange for his journalism. Quote, I would not give a witness statement against a fellow journalist being pursued for telling the truth. I would happily go to jail before agreeing in any way to support the American security establishment in this cynical effort. I mean, I get apparently him and Assange had a fight falling out at some point, but thank you for standing by your principles, sir. Assange's legal team was surprised by the FBI request, which came amid building pressure on the Biden administration to drop the charges against the WikiLeaks founder. A delegation of Australian lawmakers recently met with U.S. ambassador to Australia and called on Washington to free Assange, who has been held in London's Belmarsh prison since the indictment. Quote, it appears they are continuing to try to investigate, which I find unusual given the amount of time that has passed since the investigation began. Stephen Kenny, Assange's Australian lawyer, told SMH. I think it is of some concern because we have been working to try to secure an arrangement that would see Julian come home. It would be very unusual if the FBI was trying to gather evidence that could help clear his name. Assange's brother, Gabriel Shipton, who, by the way, is going to be on my show next Monday, not tomorrow, or not this Monday, but I think it's next Monday. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Assange's brother, Gabriel Shipton, said it appears that the U.S. might be seeking a new indictment. And shout out to Indy, who got that set up. A new indictment against Assange, and that it showed an acknowledgement of how weak the charges are against him. The Biden administration has also come under domestic pressure over Assange. A group of House Democrats led by Rashida Tlaib recently sent a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland urging him to drop the charges, which I could rant about that too, but in my opinion, I think that this is like a cynical last-ditch effort to try to find something that they can use to justify continuing this stuff. That's just my opinion. But we'll see. I think, maybe that, and I'm not usually a hopeful person, but I think that I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm very cynical. I'm very jaded. I'm self-aware about it. But yeah, I think, in my opinion, momentum is shifting.
Yep. I hope so. That would be nice.
Yeah.
We covered recently, Stella getting snubbed by Albanese too, right?
Oh my god.
Even though she was literally in his backyard.
What? I have that. We should listen to that because he pissed me the fuck off. The way that he couched
He
that.
essentially was like, it's going to be a conflict of interest. How?
He called it. What did he?
Right.
A demonstration. I think. I don't stand for demonstrations and grandstanding. He called it grandstanding. Meeting with the wife of an Australian citizen and political prisoner privately is grandstanding. Go fuck yourself. No, sir. The right thing to do. That's what you wanted to say. It's the right thing to do to have that meeting.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck you.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks, JD. Yes.
You're welcome.
JD. I will always recognize his fuck you.
Right?
Hold on. I can play that. Will this work, Reef? The sound pad
Yes.
thing? Okay, good.
Should.
All right. We're gonna listen to this.
You need to put it make sure your microphone is the right microphone.
On
But
sound
yes.
pad?
Yeah. The one to like go out. I don't know if I'll hear it. Play it and I'll see.
All right, hold on. Where's that?
Like you might have to change it in. Yes, we're good.
Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, you would be aware that Stella Assange is in Parliament House and in fact is in the gallery right now. Prime Minister, why are you not meeting with Stella today? Will you meet with Stella tomorrow? And why won't you do more to see Julian Assange reunited with Stella and their young sons, Gabriel and Max?
Call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for his question, and indeed who I meet with is determined by the priorities that my office has. A priority for us isn't doing something that is a demonstration, it's actually doing something that produces an outcome. And that's my focus, not grandstanding. And so if I thought that would help, then yes, there would be a case that the member for Clark has. But I've made it very clear to the US administration and also to the UK administration of the Australian government's view. And I appreciate the fact that that is now a bipartisan view after the comments last week of the leader of the opposition.
Book of Carlin, chapter 3, verse 2.
When it comes to the ongoing incarceration of Julian Assange, that nothing is served from the ongoing incarceration of Julian Assange. And what I have done,
do something about it.
What I have done is to act in the most effective way possible.
Where? When?
If having a demonstration produced an outcome,
It's
then
not a
there would
demonstration,
be-
dickhead. It's
I don't
a
even
meeting.
think
It's
but
not.
what
I
I
can't
have
even
done-
listen to
write
him.
a
I
letter.
can't even listen to him. I
What
can't even listen to him.
the fuck?
Is he kidding me? Seriously? Seriously? Grandstanding, and it's a demonstration. Having a private meeting with the wife of an Australian citizen who is a political prisoner is grandstanding.
Seriously?
Go,
What the fuck?
yes. Go fuck yourself. That was Steph, right? Go fuck yourself.
Yes. Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Ugh.
That's And this turd hasn't done shit. He hasn't done a
No.
he claims shit, I'm not going to remember the guy's name. An Australian journalist exposed him because he claimed that he had made requests to the Biden administration, or at least made his position known. And then some guy exposed the fact that that's not really the case. That maybe he mentioned it, but he is not doing what he says he is doing. There is no pressure being put on the Biden administration. There is no pressure being put on the UK. He is maybe mentioned it at best, but he is not. And then initially he said, we have to do quiet diplomacy. I'm not going to use my loudhailer, which is that's what they called like a megaphone in Australia. Are you joking? This case needs all the fucking loudhailers, dude. Find your loudhailer, Tony. I'll let you borrow mine. It needs all the noise. It has been happening in silence for far too long. It's been happening behind closed doors for far too long. And that's a cop out. That's bullshit. That's cowardice. That's you being a bitch for the United States.
His priorities, the priorities of the Australian. Yeah, you've been meeting with bankers and millionaires in Australia.
Lots of them. Mm-hmm.
That's what you've been doing.
He's been doing office.
That's your priority. Oh God.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, mate. Fuck you.
I am talking about Anthony Albanese, gamer. And also somebody mentioned Pablo Gonzalez. I just covered him on my show this week. Yes, that's another big one. I would love to talk to somebody in the family, but unfortunately I don't speak Spanish. They don't speak English. So that might be a little tricky on a radio show. But yeah, everybody look into Pablo Gonzalez. He's been in prison for over a year in Poland. And yeah, we need to talk about that as well more because he's not getting enough coverage. But yeah, fuck Anthony Albanese, dude. What a turd, right? And I just want Australians to remember that when it mattered, when he needed your vote, when he wanted to win an election, he was all about speaking for Julian Assange. Enough is enough. We're going to do this. We're going to, all. And then the minute he got elected, suddenly it's not his priority anymore. It's grandstanding. So just remember that.
Ever do anything that they say they're going to do?
Of course not. It's not how it works.
Well, what?
Why are we
It's just
bothering? I know, right? It's a great question.
It's all lip service. Like, don't matter what
Every
country you're
time.
in.
Every time. It isn't your
Yep.
over it.
Oh,
Over it.
You gotta vote though.
Yeah.
gotta vote.
Democracy's on the ballot, guys. And I have once again done a really terrible job at reading the chat. I'm very, very sorry.
You're doing all right.
I'm not at all. I haven't read a single chat since the initial ones of the show.
Since the last one you read. Whatever. Jack's Page is here.
There's a lot too. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck, I'm so bad at this.
Stella and Julian's whole family been through a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
I've been pulling them up. So
Okay. Well, I see them flash up on the screen, but it's hard for me to like focus.
yeah, read and talk and what you no.
I know it's shocking. This is breaking news.
Breaking news. Mindy has difficulty focusing. There might be something wrong with her. More at 11.
I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
All right.
Go ahead, Sleeps. We'll hold it down.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I am very easily distracted.
Your soundboard works well in here, so you're good.
That's exciting. I was so nervous to use it the first time, obviously, because for those of you that know me and have known me for a while, I am genuinely terrible at tech stuff, and it makes me very anxious because I don't know what I'm doing, and so then I'm always second guessing myself, and oh no, I didn't do, and so I'm always like panicking anytime I have to do anything technology related, and so Reef hooked me up, got me the soundpad thing, set me up, taught me how to do it.
Luckily, soundpad's like a Windows 98. 95 interface, so it's like you're like, all right, I think I got it.
Yeah,
perfect. Like,
yes. But yeah, so the first time I used it on the show, I was messaging with Indy. I'm like, Indy, please listen to the first 10 minutes of my show and tell me if this works. live, right. Tell me if it's playing or not, because I was panicking. And yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I've
used way too much.
I've used it many times. Yeah, you have a ridiculous amount of stuff, my friend.
It keeps getting bigger. It keeps getting bigger.
I have 38. I have
for some reason.
Oh, I have I played this on my show yesterday. I have the pasta with RFK, the statement on Israel, and then I have Claire Daly's tweet that she put out speaking about Israel. She was in Parliament and she gave a
way
speech.
To go, Pasta, by the way.
And yes.
Pasta.
Listen. So Pasta and I had our very first fight ever on air, live on my show, over RFK. Not really fight, we just disagreed. But I mean, when we first started, he's like, I don't know how we deal with this. And I'm like, what do you mean how we deal with this? We talk about it. We love each other. That's not going to change. We're going to talk about it. We're going to disagree. And that's just it. We can each give our points and that's it. And we're still going to love each other. You know what I mean? It's fine. But yeah, I played those two clips.
You mean you can have differences and not completely
yeah, that's crazy. Right?
That's nice.
Dude, if a requirement to be friends with someone is you have to be in lockstep with them,
you would have no friends.
That's some weird 1984 shit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have no friends.
People should listen to me and Indy. We're constantly arguing.
I don't even agree
just back and forth.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
I'm constantly presented with new there's so many things right now that I'm still trying to I think I have it figured out, but I'm still there's more information. And you should always be like that. I mean, there's very few things that I'm very settled on. And even those things that I'm very settled on, if I was presented with information that not to say that I'm not impervious to being stubborn and experiencing cognitive dissonance. I do it all the time, but I think we all that should be what we're trying to do, right? Leave ourselves open to changing our minds and evolving. And it's weird that people get so married to this shit. You know what I mean? It's really weird to me.
And are willing to spend their entire day messaging everyone that's friends with you.
Oh my God.
About weird nonsense.
What is that? I'm so tired of this juvenile bullshit. Oh, I don't like these people, so now I'm going to spend my entire life, I'm the internet police, and I'm going to go around policing.
Like,
Yes.
okay, cancel everyone.
When I
But
don't like
if
somebody,
you don't
I
like
just don't
somebody, just don't.
watch them.
Yeah, that's
I just
like
don't.
you
Yes,
don't have to
change the
watch it.
there's two knobs on the TV, on
Yeah.
and off, and the other channels.
I'm not
Try
just
those.
gonna like you'll never hear me. Well, not never. Like there are times where I'm talking to other people on their shows and they bring it up, but I don't talk a lot about like
No,
anybody really. I mean,
no,
I talk about people with power, politicians,
yes,
Elon Musk, Bill Gates. I talk about those
Stenographers.
kind of people. Like I'm not
yeah,
gonna like follow around some
punching up.
random person in New Hampshire or Colorado who I disagree with on Twitter all day, every day, trying to cancel them. Get a life,
Also,
buy
I
a
love how
plant.
people
Yeah, it
every
doesn't help
time will
anything.
bring up George Carlin's "Don't Punch Down." They've obviously never seen him deal with a heckler. Like he punches down pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's needed, but
I just don't care.
anyway,
Like
no one
that seems like
cares.
a weird way to spend all your time. Like there are some people who just and I to be honest with you guys, I am not in the chats really. Very rarely do I ever get to watch anybody live. I'm usually watching people after the
Yeah, we're
fact. I don't
busy.
leave. Yeah. I don't have yes. So
Yeah.
but when I go on other people's shows, it's the same people who pop up in everybody's chats spamming it with just dumb shit. Like, is that really how you're spending your time? I don't even have time to keep
Yeah.
up with the people I like, let alone have the time
Right.
to go around and hate stalk people. I just don't get it.
I mean, that's honestly why a lot of times I watch stuff after the fact because I don't have. I'm
you don't have
less
to
likely to pay attention to chat.
Yeah. Well, even
Yep.
if I'm listening, it's my phone is in my pocket. I have headphones in and I'm doing like you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm never
But,
really in the
yeah,
chats, even when I
stick-
am live.
Dude, if someone's
Yep.
online fucking 18 hours a goddamn day stalking shows, just fucking ignore them. They
Yeah.
just have
Yes.
no lives. Like, let them do what they're gonna do and move on, I guess.
I just don't get it. I mean, if that's how you want to spend your time, I guess to each their own, but I just don't get it.
As Frank
really
Zappa
don't.
would say, "You'd make more money being a butcher."
Get a plan.
Yep.
Seriously, do something else. Seems silly.
Lori Lightfoot got a job at Harvard. Everyone's happy
Did
about
she?
that. Yeah,
I didn't know
public
that.
health
I don't follow that shit.
and leadership, I guess, is what she's going to teach. I don't know how you can look at Lori Lightfoot and think public health, but
Yeah.
unless you're like a gremlin, but
Dude, I've seen her on like some old cold case files or some shit, and like she looks like a different person. I swear, like she's got like that Palpatine syndrome.
yeah, she looks like a
Where
Garbage
she now
Patch Kid
she now
in
looks
real
like
life. So
500 years old and like just like I don't know. It was a
Yeah.
trip because like oh my god, that's the same Lori Lightfoot. What the fuck? It was only like 20 years ago. It's like
She reminds me of a
Yeah.
villain from Batman. Like somebody made
Yes,
a
100%.
compilation of like these. I don't even know who all the people were, but it's a meme, and it's
like
like
old Batman.
Yeah, the United States
Yeah.
is turning into an episode of Batman, and it's
Right.
so bang on. It is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The whole it is kind of crazy. I'm
If
trying to
only
read
we
the
had
chat.
a millionaire who wants to do vigilante justice and could afford to do so,
Reef, did you see
um,
that Shanna needs your help with streaming?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. I told her to get in
I'm
touch
trying to
with
read
me on
chat, guys. I'm
Twitter.
trying.
I'm
I'm really behind. I'm very sorry.
Oz let me know as well. So,
Okay.
I can't escape the needs of Shanda and Oz. So, I'll
Yeah,
definitely
RBN
make
gets
sure
a
to help
lot
him out.
of trolls too.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Everyone does. Anyone doing
Yeah.
anything. All the
Yeah.
people doing stuff. That's where the trolls show up.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
Oh,
fine
look,
if you
it's
don't
a
like
Mimi.
somebody. It's fine. Like you don't have to like
They don't pass my
RBN.
purity test. God damn it.
Yeah. Yes.
And they don't even have the great purity test. Like I get purity tests.
Yeah.
I'm
Like Israel Palestine.
more than right.
my
Like I have a
purity
few
test.
of them.
Yeah.
Right. Like I
It's
get
like
it.
doesn't
I've learned that
matter.
wanting people to not be genocided is a purity test now. I mean, that's great.
Ugh.
To me, that's just like
But
bare minimum. You know what I mean?
well,
What's
I mean
purity?
it leads us back to that hero worshiping thing. That
Yeah.
there's not any. Stop doing that.
No.
Like
Especially not a
what
fucking
your
pedophile.
union leaders, like anyone that's gonna have Versace sunglasses and try to tell you they're for the workers is Like, okay, you're going to go party with Zendaya and have speaking gigs at Gucci. Feel free to like miss
Oh
me
wait, are
with
you talking
that.
about Chris Smalls now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
So,
really unfortunate.
isn't it?
It really
Isn't it
is.
though?
Like, I don't often feel like bothered because I expect that from most people in most of those types of situations. I really thought he was going to be cooler. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
I really
I
thought he was going to
didn't.
be cooler. You didn't? I don't know.
I didn't.
Maybe I
Something seems off about
off.
that guy to
Yeah,
me.
I guess I kind of got that too. Maybe that was one of those times where I just really wanted him to be cooler. And
Yeah.
so I just allowed myself to think he was gonna
Like,
be
I
because
don't
I've
know if
done that.
he was put there, but like from the onset, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna
He's
capitulate like a
he's getting
motherfucker.
Yeah.
co-opted either way. They know his bag
like-
and they can exploit it.
Yeah.
They
I
tell
don't think
people to
it's
go
even
on.
conscious though for a lot of these people, like
Or,
the
yeah, it's
co-optation.
not.
I think
No.
they make
Right.
justifications. I don't think they're bad people. I think that
They
there's a
rationalize
lot
it.
of temptation.
He's probably a perfectly reasonable dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there's a lot of temptation and you throw like celebrity and money and influence and you start throwing that at people and that's enticing. And I think that it would take a very strong person to be able to recognize
I mean,
and avoid that.
It certainly worked
And
for taking over everyone in our fucking government. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like even like I shouldn't call people out. I should, but I shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's like
we
the
like to
constant
keep
battle in my
friendship
brain.
sometimes.
You should,
Right.
but you
Like
shouldn't.
it's like
and
Trey-
y'all quit giving a shit about what
Smalls
famous
went to
people
the
think.
dark side, sad to
Stop.
see.
I don't know if he went to the dark side. I don't know. That's a maybe. Maybe he was always dark side. Who knows?
I
Maybe
mean,
he
when
was a
you're
plant.
when you're connecting to the AFL-CIO and the NLRB
Yeah.
and
I
like
don't-
there's some issues.
I just don't
You
think he's
know.
doing any serious active like
No.
unionizing.
Mm-mm.
That's
He
what I think.
he goes to Congress and what does he talk about? Like a thing that pushed the AFL-CIO, which wouldn't have let him
Yeah.
it wouldn't have let his own union be a thing because they're not affiliated. And he still hasn't that still hasn't been finalized.
Dude,
Like his
unions are all
one
fighting-
win hasn't been finalized. Like they can
Dude.
take that still.
Like most
So-
people that I know that are in fucking unions, they hate it because it actually ends up
Unions-
worse for them. Like
I mean-
most of the unions that exist now are kind of shitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've been co-opted.
And
Leadership
they've
is
been
co-opted.
co-opted.
That's the problem. Is unions are a great idea, but the problem is that like anything with power structure, it will be corrupted. And unions have leadership and they have you know what I mean? So there's a hierarchy and that can get easily co-opted and corrupted. And that's what's happened with most unions.
Well,
and
when you have
that's
one
intentional.
single
That has been
guy-
intentional, guys. You need to realize that like there's a lot of effort put into making sure something like that fails because they obviously don't want worker protections. And so they are infiltrated.
The
And
unions they
co-opted.
couldn't the unions they couldn't fucking co-opt, they destroyed.
Yes. And that's
just
how they
the
do
way
these
it
things
is.
across the board. That's what they do with organizing groups. That's what they do. And it works very well because people.
Well, they
keep
made
falling
this
for it.
guy the union mascot. Anytime a union thing, they pay him to come out now. It's like you're putting all your eggs in one basket, literally.
Yeah.
Like, and one that his right hand guy just got accused, like Derek Palmer. There's stuff on
Oh,
him
I don't
now.
know. I don't follow it that
Yeah,
closely.
I don't know.
I know
There's
you guys do. I
accusations
didn't
about
really-
him and
I
his
kinda got bored.
like girlfriend and whatever, like that are
Yeah.
pretty credible enough for them to kick him out.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
Yeah, I just don't follow
like,
him that closely. Like once was optimistic about him at first, saw kind of the path he was taking. I just tuned out. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm done. I know
Yeah,
you guys
the
have been
smart
playing really
people
close. I
did.
just haven't. Yeah, I was just no. But I'm glad that you guys do.
Right.
I was bored with it. I had
Yeah.
other things to worry about. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
so
I mean,
many
it's
hours
just
in a day.
Yeah, there is only
Yeah.
20 hours in a day. Unfortunately, yes. But yeah, that is
Yeah, and
unfortunate. And that's I think it's all too common. I think that there's a lot of people who have
Yep.
like gone down that path. It sucks, but
Mhm.
I also get it. Like I
And there's some
understand it.
sneaky ones,
Mhm.
that are running whole movements and things like that. still have access to particular places that
Yeah.
most other people don't. So, you know, it's
Yeah,
frustrating
it
for
is.
sure.
It
But
is.
I
It
don't
just
know
it's
how
so
you get
frustrating
around
how
that.
easily they're able to divert energies and how easy it is for them to you know, sweep our feet right out from underneath of us every time. Like it's just
right.
I think it's I don't even know how we have that conversation because that's really what it is that
Misty, in Restream, go to your settings, go to video, and hit the little mirrored camera button.
mm,
It's a little gear in the tool.
Settings, video, yeah.
video.
Little
Okay.
gear on the right. Because, like,
You'll be
people
able to
can't read your
through
sign
lettering.
back there, I don't think.
Oh, there's a little thing at the bottom that says mirror camera. Should I turn it off?
you
Yes,
go.
there you go.
Is that
Perfect.
better?
Yep.
Yep. If wars can be started by lies, peace.
Peace
Yes,
can
I
be
can
started
read.
with
I can read things.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and there's a
I
cat.
see.
but yep, there is a cat.
Hi, Grace.
Meow.
That's Grumpy. She usually sits up here. I don't know why she's back there, but she usually sits up there and stares at me. I have a bunch of pictures. I'll post them. I have a bunch of pictures, different pictures of her sitting there usually when I'm doing my radio show, she sits there for the whole hour and just stares at me.
Yep.
So if you ever listen to my radio show, just know that there's a very good chance that that cat is sitting right there staring at me.
Staring at you the whole time,
I guess
judging
someone
you
has
like a
said
cat
hi.
would.
Someone said hi to me in Rockman. Hello. How you doing? I'm all right.
Hi, chat. Okay,
Yeah.
I got distracted again. And God, it's
It
going
was
so
in
fast.
it was in Rockman chat, so it
Okay.
wouldn't show up in here.
Oh, I'm not even paying attention to I
This
can't
was
even
G
see that.
Arton.
Rockfan and Rumble. Yeah, there's people over there too. Don't worry, we're
Oh,
covering
hi to
stuff.
you guys too.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna
I
be
gotta-
good at this. Just so you guys know, I'm never gonna be good at this.
I can usually pay attention to chat better, but I had to unhook my second monitor because it keeps hard locking my fucking computer.
Yeah, so I need somebody else to do that. And like, I don't mean to like say pick out like important ones, but like ones that you think I like chats that I or questions or something.
It's
That would be
people
good.
are saying it's still mirrored. I thought it's fixed for us. Why is it not fixed for them?
I don't know.
Weird.
I see it all right.
Yeah, I see it good. Not that people need to read stuff behind you, but
I can read it to you. If wars can be started by lies, peace can be started by truth. The Julian Assange quote.
Nice.
He's absolutely
that
right.
you say every day at the end of your radio show.
No, I say learn, challenge, act now.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
it.
from his balcony speech.
Okay.
I should get that on my sound pad so we can play that because it's a really good speech.
Let's do
Oh,
this.
no. What happened?
I did it. I did it.
I don't know why it's not.
And I'm bringing her back.
That was Reef's
It's okay.
fault.
Hopefully that did it.
And yes,
Hopefully
gamer.
that fixed it for
yes.
people.
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Jesse's here.
Jesse!
Jesse, come bitch.
Hey, Jesse.
Jesse, send him the link.
It is. It's in the INN thread.
Oh,
Jesse, go to
come
INN
forth.
thread.
Come hither, sir.
Yeah. So Jesse should show up. He's got nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
Still mirrored? What? Okay.
It looks fine on
I
my
don't
end.
care.
I don't know.
Joe does make fire edits. However, dude keeps I'm the we're fucked girl now. Like that's my we're fucked girl. We are fucked. So at least I'm right about it. You know.
You're consistent.
Jesse's on
I am
solo dad
I
duty.
am very consistent on that, yeah.
He says,
Oh, solo dad duty. Okay.
yeah.
Hi, little nugget.
Whatever. Nugget.
Little nugget. Oh, he's not super little anymore, Jesse. He's growing up.
Good
You're
luck.
growing up so fast. He's going to get his own forklift certification soon.
Nice.
You know, that's going to be what's up. We'll get him a little tiny Fisher Price forklift. It's going to be great.
They sell them.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So
Everybody join the cult. Everybody join the cult.
Everyone's saying hi.
The Mindy Moneybags cult.
Cult of
Where are the money
Grifters.
bags?
The money bags are behind the poster board.
Gotcha.
Nice. Keeping your money hidden. I get it.
Yeah, I mean it's very
You
like
know?
that's very secure. I mean
It's
it's
the
like
hidden
basically a
grip.
safe. You know what I mean? The little poster board. They're filled with Kroger
Right.
bags or whatever. like grocery
Gotcha.
bags.
So you guys
makes
gonna
sense.
get in line for the Elon chip?
Yeah.
First in line.
Yeah.
Probably first in line for
Definitely.
sure. Fuck Elon. Fuck Elon. Seriously, what? That's it. Okay, another hero worship. Can we stop? Fuck my
Mhm.
life. Are you joking me? Elon Musk? Spoiled rich billionaire white boy? No, he's not your friend. He is. You guys, he has numerous, very lucrative contracts with governments around the world, the military industrial complex, the intelligence community. And you want that guy to be your guy? Like, that's the guy you're going to hitch your wagon to and think is going to help you and save free speech?
Dude,
That's what we're
you
doing?
can't even make a car that doesn't like spontaneously light on fire.
And you want to put a chip in your
Mhm.
brain? Like, 74% of that guy's stuff explodes. And you want him to put a chip in your brain? No.
I mean, I don't think
Thank
people
you.
want it. That's
I think
the
there are some
thing.
people that
Like,
there are some people.
No,
there
there's
are
all
some
kinds of people that want that shit. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
are you fucking insane?
for why?
I
For
get.
why,
I mean,
though?
There's supposed to be
Darwin
like medical
Awards? I don't fuck-
benefits. Like there's certain things it can help with. I mean, there's been some potential advancements on like curing blindness and Alzheimer's and I don't know, some other stuff.
but it's killed a shitload of the animals they put it in.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe not.
Maybe don't. Maybe don't. It's
Maybe
that
not.
scene.
Yeah.
It's that scene in Jurassic Park. They were more concerned on if they could. They didn't stop to think if they should.
Yes.
Maybe don't.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't know if we should be messing with shit like that. It's a little scary.
I am not getting the chip.
I'm not getting a chip in my head. No, I'll pass. Thank you.
No.
I will pass. Elon Musk.
Yep.
Fuck Elon Musk. Dude still has not developed an opinion on the case against Julian Assange. Mr. Free
Still?
Speech himself. Still. I've been asking.
Mm.
I have been asking. And he posted a poll, Misty. Just be happy, but fuck off. I mean, the poll's cool. He's got a big reach. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people voted on it. It was overwhelmingly in support of Assange, which was like 80-20, which I honestly was not expecting. I thought trolls would take that over for sure. And it was going to get fucked. It did not. 80-20. And that's amazing. And so cool. Yeah, you did a poll. But he even couched it in the wrong way. It did nothing. But he even couched it in the wrong way. First of all, he said, this is not me expressing an opinion. I'm just putting it out there because I said I would. And then not only did he do that, he lumped Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, which are two very different cases together, and asked if they needed to be pardoned, which neither of them need to be. They didn't do anything wrong. So
Yep.
I don't know. No, those are two very different cases. Very different. One is a whistleblower and one is a journalist. Two very different, distinct things that need to be treated as two very different, distinct things. And it's weird that people keep trying to lump it together. And the other day, there was an article. Forget who it was, but I think Paula sent it to me. Because they keep fucking calling Julian Assange a whistleblower. He's not a whistleblower. He's a journalist. It makes a difference. Yep. The difference is important.
True.
Yeah, publisher.
Yes.
You know. So
because it's the first time a journalist or a publisher, whichever one you prefer, because he's both. But it's the first time a journalist or publisher is being charged under the Espionage Act. The very first time. That opens a door. And not only that, y'all, it's a foreign journalist. He's not even American. And we're charging him under our Espionage Act. Tell me how the fuck that makes sense. Please, somebody explain it to me like I'm 5. Because that makes no sense whatsoever to me. And there's a ton of articles. There was one out today about him being a traitor. He can't possibly be a traitor. He's not American. He's never been a citizen. He wasn't born here. He never lived here. I think maybe he visited here, but WikiLeaks was not an American publication. It was never published from here. He cannot be a traitor. It's not possible. Can we stop that?
Right.
Seriously? It makes me laugh every time.
Nice.
It's the most ridiculous thing. It's so stupid.
I don't know how we have any.
Yes,
Mona is here. Yeah,
right,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how we still have precedent to do anything in this case.
No,
seeing as how he's not a citizen. Like,
no.
How has that even been allowed? The whole thing with Britain has been thrown out. That guy said he was outright lying.
Yes.
So, like, why is he still?
He's being held
even
on remand
in
without
Belmarsh.
charge. In Belmarsh. in Belmarsh. Like, he's not on house arrest. There's no charges, and he has no history of violence. No history of violence, no criminal history, other than as a teenager. I think he did some some hacking bullshit. But I mean, dude's
When he was a
completely
teenager,
nonviolent.
you could do it with a Captain Crunch whistle.
Yeah. Well, I don't even
Like-
care. Like, I don't even care. Like, he was a hacker. I mean, people try to use it against him. He was a teenager in his 20s. It was very early on in like the computer age.
Right.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, he's
and,
That was
brilliant.
the Woz.
and right after
like-
that,
He used his powers to take down a pedophile ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Say that. Like,
Yeah.
I
So-
don't. You know,
Terrible.
But yeah, he completely nonviolent. He's one of the most recognizable people on planet Earth.
And yet
he's
no
being
one on
held
the Epstein
remand.
list is being collected up or put into
No.
a cell or
No, in fact, they're still in
Gotcha.
positions of power. Reef.
oh
People on the
shit.
Epstein list, they're still in positions of power. They still have great money influence. Yeah, crazy how that works, right? Hey, all the war criminals that Julian Assange just exposed.
Oh,
they're
those two.
not. They're not in prison either. Weird how that
Damn.
works, right? Actual war
Damn.
criminals are chilling at their estate
Yep.
on Martha's Vineyard right now, and Julian Assange is in prison. That's fucked up. That's really
Yep.
fucked up. Like, we fucked up.
Yep.
We failed as a
Yep.
society if that's what we're willing to accept. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
God damn it. God damn it. It's so weird how we have this, like, I'm not religious, y'all, in any way. I would say I even hate like the term spiritual. Like I don't know. But we, like, humans have like I'm a Carl Sagan type thinker on this kind of
Yep.
stuff. The pale blue
Same.
dot was very influential in the way I think about our place in the universe. And we have been given this crazy opportunity to exist on a tiny speck of dust floating around in space, for a not even like a blip in time as far as the universe is concerned. And we get to experience that, and we spend it fighting with each other over land that means nothing, that we don't own, that you know what I mean, and killing each other over the dumbest shit. And that sucks. Like, that's how we're using this, you know what I mean? I know that's like I'm sorry
Not
I
a
got
very
all
good use of
philosophical
time.
there, but it's really unfortunate. It sucks. Humans really fucked it up.
Yep.
We really fucked
They
up.
definitely did.
We could be trying to cooperate and get along and realize that we're all existing in this space for a very brief moment of time. None of our differences really matter all that much. We don't have to like each other, but we can just coexist as peacefully as possible, try to help each other out when we can, and just, do our
Poopy.
thing. And instead, we murder each other over soil and some dumb shit.
I mean, less than that, like stuff in the soil.
Yeah.
Not even the soil, like
Yeah.
the air above the soil. Like it's water. Oh yeah, that's gonna be worse. We're gonna be doing that
yeah.
coming up.
Water wars are going to be fucking.
Speaking of which, Misty, how's the water in Ohio? It's still drinkable?
I don't fucking know, dude. We don't know.
You're gonna do it anyway. Well, if she dies, she dies.
What choice do I have?
right.
I live here. I mean, it's really weird. Like, people of Ohio, and listen, I'm 180 miles from East Palestine. So, I mean, but it could still influence me for sure. But the people directly in that area, they don't have a choice. They don't have a fucking choice. And that's what pisses me off, is that they don't have a choice. And, it sucks. It sucks.
Yes, it
Fuck Norfolk
does.
Southern. So, and Norfolk Southern has, how many more train derailments have they had since then? Handful?
Like 8, 9,
9?
like
Yeah, I don't know.
something
Really?
crazy. I mean, it's
Give control of Norfolk Southern to the workers today.
Well, not only are you seeing a government infrastructure failing in droves, you're also seeing corporate infrastructure
Well, those two
failing
things are the
in droves
same.
because, well, yes, I mean,
Corporations
to be
are
more
government.
specific, but you're right. Like it's why your dairy plants are exploding and your food production is failing, and it's because these companies have not spent any money on infrastructure, safety, or the workers in decades.
Yeah.
Dude, you've got like
Like-
130-year-old power lines in the forest in fucking California.
Well,
that
remember
lights on
Colonial?
fire
Right.
every year.
Remember
Like,
Robbie
what the
Yeager
fuck?
reporting on the Colonial pipeline spill? Those are like
Yes, we
those,
do.
Those pipes have been for decades. Those pipes are so old and they're corroded, and there's leaks, minor leaks all throughout it. They don't do the regular safety checks, and nobody talked about Colonial either. One of the biggest pipeline spills that we've seen in this country's history, and nobody talked about it because it happened. It didn't happen in like a populated area. It happened, I think it was like a nature preserve type thing or whatever. But nobody talked about that either. And they just keep getting away with it because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to hold them accountable. They've bought the government, so they get to write their own rules, basically. And if they do get in trouble, they get a slap on the wrist and they might have to pay like a measly fine, which, by the way, they are already budgeting into their plan because they know it's coming. They know eventually they are going to poison some community somewhere, and they're going to have some fine. And so they just budget for that. It's just the cost of doing business at this point.
It's
And there's
cheaper than
they
fixing
don't
their
get held
shit.
accountable. They don't, you know what I mean? Fuck them. So
Yep.
annoying.
Since you said his name, I'll toast to Jaeger.
Okay. And
Oh,
Charlie, yes,
dude,
I do have
can't look.
filters.
I can't look. I can't
You
even
can't-
think
you
about
can't look.
Jägermeister ever again.
Did you have a bad Jaeger experience?
It's right out of the freezer.
I had too many bad Jaeger experiences. I quit that
I've never
shit
had a
long
bad. I don't
time
really
ago.
drink Jaeger, so
Oh, dude.
Oh,
One of the few
delicious.
liquors that tastes exactly the same coming up is going down.
yeah.
What? Because they somehow taste different later when you do other liquors.
Dude, I don't. The only thing worse is fucking Fernet.
Joe,
drink a
Joe
lot.
said he made a bitch clip on Twitter.
Oh boy,
Uh,
Joe.
I'm sure that's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be me saying something ridiculous again. I'm sure. I could, I shouldn't blame Joe. I could just stop saying ridiculous things, but
Nah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
that ain't happening. When is that
No.
gonna happen?
never. I don't have a
You
filter.
know,
Most of the shit that comes out of my mouth comes out well before I think about it.
right?
I talk too like I honestly though I think very fast and I have to talk very fast to keep up with my brain, but I'm honestly
Yep.
not sure which one registers first.
Yeah, we had to do that thing where it's like, okay, that popped into my head. I probably shouldn't let it come out my mouth, but
Yeah.
it might anyway. You know.
And also
Like,
things will pop into my head that I think I said, but I didn't say. I just said it in my head. You know what I mean? Do
Right.
you ever do that?
I
do that a lot.
I have.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I do that a lot. I also do the thing where I will open a text message and read it, and I think about responding, but I don't. But I think that I did. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so, like,
Yep.
my mom will be like, "What the fuck, dude? I texted you like 4 days ago," and I'm like, "Oh, did you? I thought I responded."
Yep.
Just like,
Surprise, motherfucker.
yeah. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I do the same thing with emails. I'll open an email and read it and think about responding, and then I don't, but then I think I did, and whoopsie.
Yep.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Apparently, you say an unbelievable amount of quotables. So I guess that's a good thing, you know.
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, the issue is that we get on camera and say things, and that allows people to then keep them in perpetuity.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know how I feel
So-
about
Weird.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, now with like now they can just clone your shit. Like that, they can just get my voice and clone my voice, and they can
Yep.
clone. Like now, there's deep fakes and shit. Like that's all terrifying. That's all really
Oh.
terrifying.
I'd like
The
sleep
worst.
tonight.
We'll be fine. Another ounce of
I
weed.
mean, what
we'll
I
forget
don't know that we're gonna be fine, but we're gonna be something.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
Well-
much. I mean, there's really not. I don't know. What's wrong with your smartphone? Is there
Who
something wrong with the
knows?
stream?
I don't
It's
think
buffering.
so. I think that's just Gamer. Gamer has some issues with that sometimes.
Oh,
People are saying it's not for them, so
okay.
cool. If Indy could, if everyone can tell Indy's children to go to bed, he could
Go to
probably
sleep,
join.
motherfuckers.
Pretty
Wait,
much.
no, what's the book? Go the fuck to sleep.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a funny
Dude,
book.
his are the worst because it's literally he's got 3 of them, so it's
Yeah.
like you deal with one of their problems, and then
Mhm.
like that one goes up, and then the other 2 come down, and it's like go to he just eventually just starts go to bed.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody needs another drink of water, or I gotta go potty, or Daddy, will you read me a story, or can you? Yeah, there's always something. There's always no. I
Always
don't
the
like this
worst.
night. I don't like these pajamas. Can I have my bear pajamas? Like there's always
Can I
something.
have my
There's
third
a million.
Barbie?
Yes,
You
there's always a
know.
million excuses and a million. Yeah,
Yeah.
my kids
Indy
are
just doesn't
older.
have the blood pressure for it. I don't think. You know.
Yeah, my kids are older though, so I
Like,
literally can just say, "Go the fuck to sleep." Like,
right.
Oh, I can say that to mine, but she don't do it.
well, that's fine. Just go the fuck upstairs. You know what I mean? Like,
Just go up there.
upstairs.
I'm done.
Yeah. No,
You
my kids are
know?
chill. Like they're chill.
Uh,
I mean,
well,
shocking, right? My kids are chill.
My kid has no chill.
who else you had on this week? You had on
Oh, why are you asking me questions? I had Steph the other day.
that
That
you
was
did have
fun.
Steph.
She's
You had
I love
Misha not
her.
too long before then.
Yeah, I had Misha the week before, I think. I had Pasta, obviously we had
Fee?
our first fight. Huh?
You have
Yeah,
Fee
I
or
had
is that
Fee.
pasta?
Yeah, no, I had both. Monday was Pasta
Cool.
and Tuesday was Fee. So I had like back-to-back 1-2 punch of the combo couch, which was cool.
Nice.
I had Dan Cohen on, like I said, I had Dan Cohen. That's when we covered Pablo Gonzalez. And he also was just in Colombia. So we talked about that. And then Thursday was Steph, and then yesterday was Oz. So, and then next week I have an amazing lineup too. Hold on, I'll tell you. Hold on.
Okay.
One moment, please. Okay, so Monday I have Abel Tomlinson. You guys might know him from the tweeters. Nico is coming Tuesday. Very
We had him on
excited.
recently too.
Nico.
Great
I haven't
interview.
talked to Nico in a while, so I'm very excited about that. And then Wednesday is Dave DeCamp. We read his article earlier on Assange. He does fan-fucking-tastic work. Again, go to antiwar.com.
Doesn't he write like 30 articles a week?
He does. And he produces a show. He does the weekly anti-war news. I should drop that. Can I drop stuff in the link?
Yeah.
In the
Yes, you
or a
can.
link in the chat? I'm sorry.
Yes, if you put it in the right, it literally will go to all of them.
I wonder if I should
Should.
do his show or just his Twitter.
Probably his Twitter. I feel
I
like
think
that's the
he's got a
best
link
way.
tree or something.
Yeah.
So you guys can check out all of it.
Yeah, Nico's got his podcast on Hotspot that he's doing now.
No,
he was very happy in Brazil, it sounds. So
yeah,
he's doing great.
I mean, how could you not be?
I know, right?
Not the US.
Yeah. Bunch of people are leaving.
Okay, this is a link. I just put it in chat. Will that go to all the chats?
Yes. It just went to yes.
So that is Dave DeCamp's Twitter page. He does not have a link tree up there, but he has the link to the anti-war website. But he also does a show on YouTube called, I think it's just anti-war news.
Yeah, antiwar.com.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But they do amazing stuff. Like they have so many amazing people working over there or contributing.
His website could be a little more user friendly because I'm like, where's the articles are here? I know they're here.
Yeah.
You know, like, but otherwise.
No, they do. I mean, the website is what it is, but the work that they do is
the work is incredible.
Yeah.
So been a big fan.
They have a lot of great people doing stuff over there. So
covered a ton of him. Yeah, Nico's doing good. We had a great interview with him recently. Fee had a great interview with Tara this week as well, I do believe.
oh yeah, and then Thursday I have Alex
that.
Rubenstein is Thursday.
Nice.
And then
him
Ford
and
Fisher on Friday.
Him and Max lit up that NED lady. I mean, she walked into a room full of murderers.
Yeah.
You know, why did she decide that that was a good idea? And also, how well dumb did she play? Oh, I know. I have no. I don't know what you mean. I don't. Maybe you know more about the administration that I work in than I do.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So that was awful. They schooled her.
Yeah, they did. Max calling out Rachel Maddow was
that was good shit.
Fucking delicious. It was delicious.
I've got that.
I loved every second of it.
And she like you could tell she was like acting like she didn't know who he is.
She knows who Max Blumenthal is.
Yeah.
She 150% knows who Max Blumenthal is. I have zero doubt she knows who Max Blumenthal is.
Yeah. This lady, right?
The Steele dossier, which has been proven to be
bent on overthrowing the U.S. government. And members of Congress who were sympathetic.
Rachel, this speech is boring and paranoid. Can you explain why you promoted the Steele? Why did you promote the Steele dossier, which has been proven to be a lie? Why did you promote the lie of Russian bounties?
Come on, let's go.
Can you ever be held accountable for the lies you told Americans for years and years and years? You lied to Americans for
Let's
years.
go. Let's go.
Silence is
You're out.
violence, Rachel.
You're out.
Silence is violence.
I think
Are
she
you
said that on
mad?
her show one time. She said that. I think
Oh,
it was
did
mocking
she?
her.
Gotcha.
Elevator right here.
That's hilarious. I mean, this
Yay,
bit where
Matt.
she's like looking right,
Lie, which
she's
has been
trying to
proved
read his
dossier.
like
Why did you promote?
that.
She knows
Who is this?
Who is this? I need my peepers.
Yeah. She's a
But
horrible human being, and he's absolutely 100% right. She lied to the American people every single night at the top of her lungs on her show about Russia for years, and she needs to be held accountable for that. And she don't kind of know plausible deniability, right? Oh, she just didn't know. She was just reporting on the things that were told. Well, that's the
Bullshit.
problem. She's reporting on what the military-industrial complex is feeding to her, and she's not doing any due diligence, and she's not looking. At best, that's the situation. At worst, she is she's a knowing propagandist, and she knows it. And I think that is the case. She's a Rhodes Scholar. She's not an idiot. I think she knows exactly what she's doing, and it is despicable. And she should be held accountable for it, and she should be called out for it. More people should be calling her out for that. It's gross.
Yep.
She's she's one of the people who helped usher in this situation now where we're like on the verge of nuclear annihilation. She's created that environment where people have created
the
like
Russians are gonna
the Russians
make you freeze in the
Russians
winter.
are not your enemies. Believe me, Russia's not your enemy. Trust me, it is your own government that is your enemy. And Rachel Maddow and people like her, the mainstream media. I mean, that's vile. What they do is vile. I mean, they mainstream media has lied us into how many wars now? How many
All of them?
times? All of them.
Yeah.
That's it. How many times did they get to lie to you before you're like, nope, we're done here. We're done here. And hold them accountable. I mean, she should probably
worst.
be in jail, honestly. I don't know
Yes.
if there's a law.
I mean, libel.
I'm not sure.
I feel like would
I don't
would
know.
work.
But I feel like what she has done is worthy of fucking jail. You know what I mean?
Loads
Like,
of defamation.
Jesus. Yes.
You know,
How many times did she lie about Julian Assange? How many times did she say
Like,
Julian Assange?
at least
mean,
2.
I mean, probably more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainstream media is dying off for sure. Nobody trusts them. I mean, and nor should they. Both Fox News, Tucker Carlson and Rachel Maddow both have court cases where the court found the exact same way. Nobody should take you seriously. You are entertainment. You're not news, you're entertainment. Nobody should take you seriously. That was found in a court of law against both Tucker Carlson and Rachel Maddow. The two sides of the same coin. They just are playing you against each other. And
Yeah.
that's how it's
But Misty, Target's got colors I don't like. Okay, cool. I'm glad that's your cool. Good for you, dog.
Yeah.
Fuck them
I'm glad you got
Russians, though.
opinions. Right.
Oh, so stupid. We're so stupid. We deserve it. Like we deserve it. It's
Well,
terrible. Terrible.
they're having ones that been saying that for the last, I don't know. There's been Cy Hirsch is still having to tell people about things.
Yeah.
You know? So
He's just
Well,
a
and we
blogger,
never-
though, so.
Yeah. He is just a blogger. He's just a blogger. Cy Hirsch. Cy fucking Hirsch. Listen, I don't always agree with Cy Hirsch. I think, we probably disagree, as I do with everybody. But Cy Hirsch
I love
is a
how
legend.
cantankerous he is, though.
yes.
Yeah, he's
So
very cantankerous.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it too. But he's a fucking legend. Just a blogger.
Right. I mean, I don't know all the stuff he uncovered with
The My Lai massacre.
Right. And the one before that, the Gulf one.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
where he talked about that they couldn't even see the boats. It was pitch
the
black
Nord
that they
Stream
had no idea.
pipeline now. I mean, dude's been
Yeah, but that was like a couple of hobby scuba divers with some firecrackers. Don't worry about that.
No,
nothing to see
it
here.
a sailboat? Didn't they try to push that off?
Yes,
crane boom or
literally a
something?
sailboat. People, this is a 250-foot dive at night. Good luck. I'm a good diver. My mother's dove with the children of Jacques Cousteau. She would have difficulty doing that one. That's you're gonna have to get you're gonna have to get high ox mix. You're gonna be down there for a while. You're gonna have to wait at at tanks you've laid out for at least 30 minutes so that you don't get the bends when you come back up. No one spots you in a waterway where there's thousands of military vessels with radar. Like, what?
Miracle.
No one sees you?
I mean, that's some really dope skill, though, man. Good for you. That's
Oh,
wow. I'm impressed.
it's like, why are people that's dumb? What happened? Like,
we've been programmed to
you
be
know,
dumb. We've been.
there used to be a few smart people. Now it's just like,
What's the Marilyn
I
Manson
guess people
lyric?
stop.
Raised to be stupid, taught to be nothing at all.
Yes.
And don't come for me
Yep.
for quoting Marilyn Manson. I'm not interested in your bullshit.
Right. I love how you're like putting life advice from like Marilyn Manson.
That's not life advice.
not
That's
friends-
just
I'm
an
not
observation.
friends
No,
with
I
the
know. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Um,
mean, I don't know. Everybody has good.
Any quotes from Nine Inch Nails you want to throw in? Or?
I could go through whole songs if you want. We could do that. We could 100% do that.
I
Like,
love
know
how
what
your
you're
kid
doing
was
now.
like, "You're listening to your music too loud. I can hear it." You know.
And she knew the
That
song
was
though. That I
hilarious.
won parenting. She knew the song. So
Ugh.
I win parenting. My kid listens to good music. I win.
Yeah.
Mine listens to about half good music, so I'll give her that.
Well, she also listens to my husband listens to a lot of 80s music, which is fine. I like the 80s. So she also really likes the 80s, and she will often, to make me mad, say that the 80s is better than the 90s. And that
Well,
hurts my
she's
feelings.
correct, Misty.
No, she's not.
No.
Well,
I'm with Misty.
Me and your husband would probably get along.
Yes, probably. No, you actually really would. There's no question about it. Yes, you would.
Yeah.
100%. Yes. And yeah, Mad Crab, I agree. I think I believe him too. I don't know. I don't know. It's tricky in those situations because there's probably some truth. Usually in those situations there is some level of truth, but I think that I believe him.
I think
generally
Rose stuck
speaking.
up for him too recently too. Well,
Well,
not recently,
she has from the
but
beginning. She used to get shit. She
Yeah.
quoted him on Twitter one time, and everybody like freaked out. And she was like, "Listen, I dated him. If I want to quote him, I'll fucking quote him." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I love her. I miss her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm glad she's been staying safe. That's a good move.
Yeah.
So
It sucks that she
you know,
has.
I haven't
to,
seen Pamela in a while either.
No,
You know,
not since her documentary PR
yeah,
stuff.
whatever.
I still haven't watched that.
Me either.
I
What have you
hope I
been
will.
watching?
I don't really watch a lot.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of the CrossFit Games semifinals.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm really into it.
World's
Like,
Strongest Man's coming up. That's gonna be when's the
Martine's
CrossFit?
gonna be in it?
I should. He usually tries to push for
Martine.
Arnold's more.
Yeah.
If I known him, but like he also tries to do WSM as well, which I think with since they're partnering with Rogue and the CrossFit Games at the same time, like
Do you
I
know
don't know
who
when
Rob
that is.
Kearney is?
Absolutely, World's Strongest Gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good dude.
Because I do HWPO programming, and he does the strongman stuff for them.
Dope. That guy's dope.
Yeah.
And some of the best. Like he was like the best blog guy forever.
Yeah.
Him and Martins were gonna do tandem log, which
Nice.
they were gonna split jerk tandem log. I was like, please.
I have no
Please
idea
split
what you
jerk
guys are
that.
talking about.
Sorry, we can stop talking about CrossFit. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
It's like a different language.
It is. It is. Yeah.
It is.
Jesse is texting me raccoon pics. Where's Andrew when we need him? Andrew
Yeah,
loves
I sent it to
raccoon.
him the other day. Jesse was
Raccoons
the
and
raccoon
mayonnaise.
the whisperer.
Yeah. We need to get Andrew to come on, bitch. I stopped doing
That was,
vigils. I'm sorry, guys. I know I told you I was going to be more consistent about that, but I'm honestly just burnt the fuck out. I'm so burnt the fuck out on like.
You've been doing a lot.
Just like the
He was,
constant. It's like constant. Like 2 or 3 times a year, I'm organizing major events, or trying to, which is exhausting, and then doing shows, and then also my radio show, and then kids. Just a burnout. So I just can't.
If I do this and then move me back over, we got Jesse.
Jesse,
this is what they're talking about. Look, he's
Jesse's
the
still
raccoon
over.
whisperer.
Hi.
Oh yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Give it a knife.
Hi. Hi, handsome.
Yo, you got food in there?
Handsome man.
There's food in the house?
Look how
Hi,
cute he is.
baby.
Oh my god, little trash panda. I love them.
Yeah, they're cute.
Trash pandas are the best.
They are cute.
Andrew knows this. He's a big fan.
Say hi to Halo Benson from Vicky. Okay, I will do that. I
Yeah.
love Halo. Hey, by the way, speaking of Halo, she's got those dog tags. I wish mine are in my Jeep. She's got those dog tags. I can pull them up on the tweeters. She
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
selling dog tags, and so the money, all of the money raised, is going to go to support her, like the activism in a box thing that she does. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, she puts together these boxes of like really simple, easy, like activism-y things that you can do. Like there'll be different informational pamphlets and handouts, flyers that you can hang up. There'll be already written letters, pre-written letters to like the DOJ, the White House, all over the place, pre-stamped and addressed envelopes, all kinds of shit, shirt, stickers, bumper stickers, buttons, all kinds of shit. And so, but those obviously cost money for her to put together. So she is doing the sale of these cool dog tags. I got some. Did that come up? I'm always paranoid.
It will in a second. There it is.
Okay.
I see it.
So they're $20 and you can get these little dog tags. And then all of the money that she raises for that will go towards the printing and putting together of the boxes and the shipping and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So
Cool.
go do that. Everybody go do that if you can. Yeah. I'll tell her you
Blinken
said hi,
calling for
Vicky.
more Ukraine stuff.
Huh?
Blinken calls for more Ukraine.
Fuck Ukraine. I'll say it. Fuck
yeah.
Ukraine. I mean, I don't mean fuck the Ukrainian people. I feel very bad for them.
We're back.
Very bad for them. They're being used and it's despicable. But fuck Zelensky for sure. Yeah, fuck that whole situation. I'm so over it. I'm so tired. Y'all, we could go off about that. The idea that, again, people are falling for this shit again. People who live through Iraq, people who live through Syria, people who live through Afghanistan, people who know that our government lies to us about this shit on the regular. This time's different. This time it's different. No, they're lying to you again. They are lying to you again, and they've been lying to you. That's what this whole Russiagate bullshit was about. It was about manufacturing consent for the situation we are in right now. And now, not only are we fucking with one nuclear power, we've decided to go ahead and fuck with two at the same time. Because why not? Why the fuck not?
Funsies.
I mean, let's do it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And everybody's just cool with it. It's absurd, you guys. Why are we okay? It's the year 2023. It is the year 20. It's the year of our Lord 2023. And we are still blowing people up for profit. We're still blowing people up for profit. Why the fuck are we blowing people up for profit? Somebody explain that to me. Can we evolve past that shit, please? Please? Can we?
Raytheon needs more money.
No, fuck Raytheon. Raytheon shouldn't exist. Fuck Raytheon. No.
Yep.
No time for Boeing.
Biden says China wants to become the most wealthy, powerful country, but it's not gonna happen on my watch.
Oh my God.
Well, good thing he's like 500 years old.
Yep.
Yeah. If China wants to become the most successful country, that's their right to do. And if you want to be better than them, then be better than them. Take care of your people, improve your education system, improve your roads and your infrastructure. Do what they're doing. If you want to be the best country on earth, then fucking act like it. How about that?
It's all lip service. We have like most of our shit fucking manufactured there. Like what?
Yes.
It's dumb.
It is dumb. I'm so over it. I'm honestly so over it. And the idea that people are signing on for another non-voted upon or agreed upon war with no really, and the way that they were able to get people, I mean, y'all, people are flying the Ukrainian flag in the United States of America. When's the last time you saw that? It's a crazy level of propaganda this time around. It is a crazy level of propaganda this time around. And people bought in hook, line, and sinker. People were wearing Ukrainian masks. And I mean, y'all, it's that's why I say that the fight against propaganda and the fight for narrative control is the front line. Because that's everything. That's everything. The way that they're able to manipulate people, that is everything.
Speaking of which, Obama is saying that we need to have full-blown government censorship to eradicate independent media.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's fun.
I mean, it's almost like I've been screaming about that for years.
Yep,
That very
almost.
thing that they want, and they almost have it. They want 100% control over. They want to manufacture your reality. Period. And they are very. And I realize that sounds conspiratorial. That is what they want. They want to be able to manufacture the way. They want to tell you when to think, how to think, where to think, everything. They want to completely control the narrative, and they are very close to that. And it's only getting worse. It's only going to get worse. And now we have Kit Clarenberg being detained in fucking the middle of London, being detained for being a journalist. We have Julian Assange being tortured out loud in the open in the middle of London for being a journalist. We have journalists in the United States who are covering Black Lives Matter protests being tased and being pepper sprayed and being photographed and cataloged, brutalized at protests. There's numerous anti-protest
dude,
laws.
they're going after fucking that GoFundMe for
Yeah.
that bail fund
Mhm.
over
Yep.
fucking
For Cop
RICO
City.
charges, dude.
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
Environmental activists are being called domestic terrorists. We're all now domestic violent extremists if we dare to take a position on an issue that matters to us. I don't understand why people don't see it. It's coming for all of you. This is that's
Trump
why I've
bad,
always said
though.
it's not about Assange. This is about all of us, everybody, literally everybody. It comes for all of us. And it's crazy that a lot of people are fine with it, y'all. A lot of people want you to be censored. They want you to be silenced. I don't think they recognize that it
A
is
lot
going to
of
come for
people
them
want
too.
to be censored. It's
Yes.
weird. It's weird
Yeah.
to me.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's weird to me. It's
You know,
like
but
they've,
but
like,
Misty,
accepted that that's how
BBC's the
things should
Verify
be.
service
Yeah.
is going to
BBC's
be.
going to weed out that disinformation for you. Don't worry. You don't need to think for yourself. Just let them tell you. It's just like when what's the guy? Chris Cuomo on national television, on international television, really on CNN, told people that it's illegal to read the WikiLeaks. You should just get your reporting from them. Just listen to what they tell you about WikiLeaks. That's the level. That's where we're going.
Don't do your own research.
Don't do
Don't
like
do
they did
it
it with COVID. Like Jimmy, the whole section in Jimmy's comedy
Mhm.
special. They don't want you to read. Don't read. Why are you reading? Are you
Yeah.
don't do your own research. You should just listen to the experts and inject this thing into your body. You don't need to decide for yourself.
Look, my Judy Blume books told me that
Reading makes you anti-science.
Yes.
Science
Yeah.
is all about being questioned. If your science
Praise
is not up to
science.
questioning, it's not science. That's a cult. That's
like
a religion.
that's like the fundamental principle of science is asking questions.
Science literally, if you want to define science, it's question everything. Question
Yep.
everything.
Question,
Everything.
yes,
Like you
question.
And back it up with
constantly.
data and
Even if you think you have settled science, it should still be open to question. It should still be open to challenge. It should still be open to. That is science. It is
that's
constantly.
literally the point.
Yes, that is the entire point, is to actually get things wrong. Like that is it is to get things wrong as often as possible so you can figure out how things work. You know what I mean? Like that's really how it's. But people no, and that's to me, it was surprising that it wasn't a bigger red flag on COVID, because to me, that was very early on when we were all told not to ask questions and to just listen to the expert. I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
I see.
Do not ask questions.
Yeah.
Where are your
Anytime
Let's
you're
do the
told
jab-
not to
the
ask
jab's
questions,
safe and effective.
anytime
get
you are
9
told
of
not
them.
to ask questions, you need to ask literally all of the questions.
Yep.
All of them.
Yeah, you should be asking
Including
more
that one.
questions than you were going to.
Yes, all of them. Literally all of the questions. And that's another red flag for me early on in COVID, is that questions were censored, you were silenced, you weren't allowed to have discussion. Anytime you're not allowed to have discussions, that's a huge red flag. That is a huge, especially for something like COVID, which was a global health crisis, right? So it literally impacts every human
You
being
should be
on
able to
Earth.
talk about it freely.
Everybody freely, 100%. All questions should be asked. Every discussion should be had. All of the debates should be had. There should be nothing off limits. There should be full transparency from government officials and medical professionals. Full transparency, and it was the opposite of that. And that's nope.
How are they?
That's
How
how
are they
that's how it is
arresting?
with pretty much everything now. It's like, if you ask questions about anything, you're a fucking conspiracy theorist. You're a Nazi. You're this. You're that.
A crazy right winger. You're
stupid.
Yeah. Asking questions is a right wing thing now. Apparently, it's amazing.
Mhm.
The left has like fucked it up. Can I just say that? You fucked it up. We fucked it up. Y'all fucked it up. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. You're so and I realize it's not really the left, and I don't even know if I want, like, I have been pretty okay with people labeling me as left because it's easier than, I hate labels, period. But I've been okay, like, if people want to say she's on the left, that's fine. I'm done with that. Like, I'm almost done with that. And I'm gonna get a lot of, oh, she's leaving the left. Like, that's like a big gotcha thing. Y'all are fucking
I haven't
nuts.
changed. You have.
I haven't
bitches.
changed at all. I have been consistent
Mhm.
for years. I mean, go back
Grow
and
up. Get
look.
serious.
You know what I mean? Like, it's but these people, like, I'm convinced that they are more concerned about being able to, like, sit in their safe space feeling smugly superior than they are about actually getting anything done. And I just can't roll with that. Like, I just cannot. I cannot.
It's
It's
a waste
so
of time.
stupid. It is a waste of time.
Yep.
The dumb shit that they're focused on, and I'm not just saying that the left does that, because the right does that too. The right, like Reef said earlier,
Oh,
they're worried about
yeah.
Target having a pride display. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? They've had that pride display for over a decade. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like
Are
this
you
is a
kidding
new
me?
thing.
A corporation trying to make money off of pride? That's never
Yeah,
happened.
that's
What the
capitalism,
fuck?
bitches. That's the thing you
That's been
support.
happening for a long time.
That's the
Yep.
thing they support. You're capitalist, right?
Why don't go to fucking Pride anymore? Because it's all
Yeah.
corporate as shit and
It is
gross.
corporate.
And
as
why were
fuck.
you drinking Bud Light to begin with?
It's
Let's talk
terrible
about
beer.
that.
Dude,
It's
It's
awful.
disgusting. It's terrible.
Ugh.
It's not beer.
Why?
Ugh.
It's
I'm
Ugh.
like, why
I
were
like-
you
yeah.
at it? Yeah. No,
It's so bad.
like,
I mean,
like
but
it's
all
like
right.
Kid Rock had enough cases to shoot. Why?
Right?
Why did you? Why?
Especially
Why
Kid
do
Rock,
you
he's
have
got
that?
money.
because
you can afford better
you'd have
beer.
to
Right.
drink like 86 of them to get a buzz. That's why.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It is
It's
so bad.
awful. Oh.
Oh, goodness.
You know, Whitney Webb's
That's the thing, though. That's
making
the thing
sure
too, though. Like
digital ID isn't. Oh,
Yeah.
at
like-
least since my 20s, but I know it's longer back than that. But they've been a huge supporter of all kinds of like gay events, like gay rodeo, all kinds of stuff. They're like the main
Because there's
sponsors of
money
a
in
lot of that
it. Of
shit.
course they
No,
are.
that's what I mean. Like
It's so
like,
stupid that
but
everybody's
people
pissed off
act
about
like
it now.
they haven't been doing that for 30 fucking years. I'm like, I
Yes.
don't know what to
And
tell
it's
you
like
guys. They're
Disney.
just making money.
Do you expect Disney to not take advantage of the fact that they can use representation to make a buck? Like, of course they're going to do that. They're going to change all
Yes.
your characters because they can make money off of it. They don't have to come up with a new movie. They just throw on a new character and they can make a whole shit ton of money off of a whole different demographic. Of course they're going to. That's how it works.
All about dude. If it's a corporation, all they give a fuck about
money.
is how much money they're getting. They don't give
Yeah.
a fuck, dude. Like
They
they
don't
don't care
care.
about social
They don't
causes.
they don't
Are
have
you kidding me?
principles.
They don't
what
fucking
I mean?
care. You know what they care about? They care about
Money.
maximizing profits for their shareholders. That's what they give a shit.
That's it. And that is literally it. That's it.
Yep.
It's so
Ugh.
funny that they get so mad about
And so
that.
you're gonna give them money to buy a bunch of their shit and then just like throw it away. Like, I don't know. Give it to someone who likes beer that's broke. I don't like.
Yeah, that I don't like
know.
the waste part of it is terrible for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, but fuck, it's their money, I guess. You want to fucking throw that shit away? That's your bad.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just more performative bullshit meant to distract.
That's all it is.
everybody.
That's all
Yeah,
any
always.
of it is.
And listen,
Like-
this is a very effective strategy because I say this all the time. I don't care. I'm a broken record. On matters of war in Wall Street, there's one party, right? There's one entity.
Yeah.
They use all of this other stuff to keep us
As
fighting amongst
fundraising
ourselves.
and to
It's
fundraise
nothing
off
more than a
of.
distraction. They just want you fighting with your neighbors because if you don't come together to and meanwhile, while you're all fighting amongst yourselves about some, and listen, I'm not saying that these issues don't matter. Don't come for me. Of course, gay rights and trans rights and abortion rights and women's rights and all of those things matter. But in the grand scheme of things, first of all, your opinion matters not on any of those issues. That you don't have a system that hears you or cares what you think. So we need to deal with that system first, the system that's designed to kill us all before we can even have those other conversations. And everybody's so focused. You're putting the cart before the horse, homies. We need to deal with the system first. And that is a common enemy. We need to come together on that common enemy, take our country back. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if we
Yeah.
ever really had it, but if you want the country to belong to the people and to work for the people, that's what we need to deal with first. And everybody's so distracted on some dumb shit. Do you actually think that Marco Rubio cares about abortion rights, or that Nancy Pelosi
No.
actually supports gay, black people, or the Kenti cloth, or what? Like, no, of course not. None of these people actually give a shit about any of those things. They just know that they can use it to keep you distracted, and also they can use these issues. This is why none of them ever get solved, because they can use them every year as you got to vote because abortion rights are on the ballot. And also they can fundraise the fuck off of that shit. They can get your money out of it that goes through these consultants, and there's this whole money laundering system. But it's they don't give a shit. That's why none of these things ever get solved. They don't want to solve them because they can take your money and they can use it against you. It uses a weapon every election season to keep you in line. And
Yep.
it's so effective. It is so
They
fucking
rotate the
effective.
villain.
Yes, or the hero.
You know.
They
Yep.
also rotate heroes.
Yep.
It's
So,
ridiculous, and it's all a method of control.
Ugh. You know,
And we're
Jamal
just on this
Bowman gets to
hamster
yell
wheel.
about gun
Yeah.
rights, and
Yeah.
you know, Ayanna Presley gets to pretend she did anything to do anything on your student debt.
Yeah.
You
Or
know,
housing.
right?
You know, they really helped you out on housing, didn't they? There were no evictions after that sleepover, right? No evictions happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
It was
about the
very
10%? What about it?
And yes, Mona, if
Terrible.
you ask questions, Josh is right. If you ask questions, you are immediately any question, no matter how reasonable, doesn't matter how reasonable it is, any question whatsoever, and you are a crazy right-wing conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat wearing crazy conspiracy theorist. Really? The conspiracy theorists have a really good track record.
We're doing pretty well.
In the last 15 years, especially.
Yeah, they've been right about a lot of stuff.
A lot of shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, objectively speaking, they've been right about a lot of shit. So maybe you might want to just consider their position. Maybe this whole live stream is violence. That was the goal. I need to be silenced at all costs. Yes.
Silence is violence, though. So then it's double violence.
We need to get Max a shirt that says "Silence is violence." Can we please?
That's so good, dude.
We need to.
God,
Max Blumenthal.
the way he
needs a
started
"Silence is
that.
violence." Yes.
This speech is paranoid and boring. So anyway, like
I loved the intro. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I love it.
And there was another one
Great,
where he
dude.
said, "My pronouns are Russia something at the
Don't worry about
DEI
it.
thing." And he was like,
That's
"Do you know if
great.
any trans or something were involved in the Nord Stream?" And people were mad at him saying that he's being transphobic. No, he's not. He's pointing out the hypocrisy of these people being at this this diversity and inclusion meeting when they're monsters. They murder people, black and brown people, gay and trans people around the world on a daily basis, and yet here they are pretending as if they give a shit about any of these groups. Of course they don't. And he's just calling out the
Besides,
hypocrisy. It's not transphobic. Shut up. I'm so tired of that.
Guess
God.
what? It doesn't matter what your sexuality are. There's a lot of fucking horrible people out there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what they like to do in the
Oh, my
bedroom,
pronouns are
you
Trump
know.
Russia. Yeah.
It's
Yes. He was
ridiculous.
just pointing out the hypocrisy, y'all. God damn it. That's you cannot, if you say anything out of, even almost remotely out of line, make a joke, anything, you are immediately a bigot, a transphobe.
Misty, he asked a question and they weren't taking any questions.
Oh my God, how dare he? So uncouth in the civil society that we have. They're monsters. Interrupt them.
Right.
Interrupt them. I don't care about your decorum.
Yeah, well, they keep you, when you do that, they now keep you out of events too, you know.
Yeah.
When you actually ask people questions, unlike others.
Yeah, I don't think Jose's ever going to
know.
be able to enter a public politician's event ever again.
No,
Jose
Ian
Vega
and
is
Lucy too. They're
blacklisted.
like, no,
Yeah.
we're not allowed to come in. Like,
Yeah. I'm
okay.
surprised. I'm surprised they let Medea Benjamin in anywhere, which is a little.
I'm not anymore.
I'm not anymore either.
I'm not.
I
She was
mean, I
at that
wasn't
same
ever
event
really.
with Colin.
Yeah.
At the
I
same
wasn't
event
ever-
with Colin and
was
said
proud to be
nothing.
there. And was proud to be there. proud
What
to
are they
be
doing?
at an event with the squad who regularly supports war. Aren't you the anti-war person? And listen, Medea Benjamin's done some cool shit, and I'm not taking any of that stuff away from her. She has caused some ruckus, and
She
she has
got
done.
good energy.
She does have good energy. Listen, I wish she wouldn't do stuff like that, because it honestly, it sucks. It sucks that somebody like that does something like that. To show up to an event with the squad and tweet about it like you're buds with them and proud to be there, rather than protesting them. What are you doing? What are you
It's not
doing?
consistent.
Ugh, so depressing. So
The
depressing.
worst.
And she's cool.
Eh.
Like, she's come to our Assange events. I hope she continues to and doesn't take this personally or
The
whatever.
wrong way.
Yeah, I don't mean it to be that way. I'll work with anybody, and the Assange issue should be bigger.
Whoever
in my
told you
opinion,
to do that,
anyway.
stop listening to them.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Mm-mm.
It really that's not consistent.
Like, everyone assumed you were there to protest, and you
I
didn't.
would have loved that. So, oh my god, that's
It
the energy we
diminishes
need.
her cause.
Like, if you
for me.
backed
the
Colin
problem.
up, that would have been great.
Yeah. Well, I don't think education's her thing, and his question was more education based. But she should have
He
been
also asked why Biden.
Oh yeah,
You know, like, she could have backed him up on that. Yeah, why Biden? Why not anyone else that we
He
supposedly
could have
support?
just called them out for their regular support of things like the Iron Dome or funding Nazis
Right.
in Ukraine, or
Right.
I mean,
Oh,
there's plenty to protest about there, sis. That's your thing.
mm-hmm.
That should have been your thing, and it just sucks that
Yep.
she's just chilling with them, hanging out.
Yep. She still
It's
wants to go to brunch, I guess.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is very
Yeah.
unfortunate, because
What
we
are you
need
gonna do?
people
It's
with that kind of
crazy.
energy, people who are willing to do the things like, interrupt, call
Yep.
people war
And
criminals.
there's
to their
been
face.
more. There's been
Yeah.
more people doing that. You saw AOC got lit up by people that weren't even connected to anything Jose was doing.
Yeah, that's good
So,
stuff. Keep that shit up. That feeds my
keep
soul.
that up. That
Seriously.
literally, we need way more of that to everyone.
Yeah.
Not just the squad. Literally anyone that holds public office anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you should be out there. What are they gonna do? Tell you to go home?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You have a right to question them. You have a right. You have a right, and they
Yep.
won't give you an opportunity to do it in a public forum. We all know they take pre-selected questions from people, and I mean, even Joe Biden does that. He's got his little list, even with like pictures and all of that stuff, so that he knows what questions he's getting in advance. I mean, that's how these town hall events and shit are ran now, and so they won't give you an opportunity to do it genuinely. So you have to interrupt. You have to just call them out. Go to those public events and then just call them out. I mean, interrupt the event, ask your question. You don't have to be rude or whatever, but you can just ask call them out for whatever it is, whether it's the support of everybody supporting war. I mean, all of our elected representatives are basically supporting war on a
Every single
regular.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And they think electing others are going to fix any of that problem.
No.
Like, you can't get any of the ones elected now to do anything you want ever.
No.
Like, they obfuscate you. They move around the problem. Pick an issue. They're lying to you on it.
Yes.
Joe
Well, they'll do
Biden
their
right now is
strongly
drilling
worded
the
letters.
Arctic.
They'll do their strongly worded
Like-
letters and their tweets.
Yeah.
And their performative nonsense, but they never actually do anything that benefits you. They're never going to. They don't work for you. They never have. It's weird that people still don't get this. Even your favorites. Like, I realize everybody wants a hero, so everybody wants to believe that we can vote our way out of this. So we can just vote for somebody and they're really going to care about us and they're going to work really hard for us and they're going to fight for us. It's not ever going to happen in the system that we have currently. It's too far gone.
Any of the people that have ever fought for us, they're not there anymore for a
No,
reason,
they find,
because
like
got
I
'em the
said
fuck out of
earlier,
there.
either you capitulate or they find a way to get you out. That's how it works.
Yep.
And so nobody who gets elected, anybody worth a damn will be pushed out. And anybody who manages to stay and make a career of it, they are Nancy Pelosi. They are, completely
Yeah.
corrupt and the queen of insider trading and all of that's what you get. And it's weird that people still think that that there's anybody that's going to be able to break that and to break into that. Of course not.
Also, can we stop having movements with singular, like, vocal people? Like, you have one person to do all your outreach. Can we not do that anymore?
Yeah.
Like, because there's like 30 other people in these organizations that could equally speak to these problems. that
Yes.
don't. They get one person, they push them out there every time. Why?
I mean, I think
Show
that
me
makes
you
sense.
have more than one leader.
Yes, but I think that also makes sense because then the issue then becomes it becomes a familiar thing when you see a certain
Yes.
person. It becomes so. I understand that in terms of marketing to a
Right.
certain degree, but I
But,
think
like-
that you're right. I think that you need to have
Right. Bring on your chapter heads. Bring
yes,
on
yeah, yes,
you know, have more than one figurehead if you're
yes.
going to do it that way too. Like,
Well, and
have a
you can
couple
have
people.
more than one person involved in engagements. You can have the person who's
Right.
more of like the face, and then you can have other people involved in interviews. You can have two different people, go and do an interview and talk about it. There's ways to get around it. I do understand the familiarity thing, that whole like it's, and I hate to say it like this, but it's like brand recognition. But that's how people's brains work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They see somebody and they immediately, that's the thing. You know what I mean? And so that makes sense to some degree. But yeah, I think that you're right. I think you need to show like a more broad and more united front. I think that makes sense. Especially like on some of these, like especially like union issues or worker issues, because there's all different types of workers, there's all different types of industries, and so there needs to be like broad representation for
Misty,
sure.
you're not allowed to call them broads anymore. That's not allowed.
Oh, that
You're
I
not allowed to
shouldn't.
do
I
that.
shouldn't. That's a private conversation. I shouldn't.
I
But yeah.
know, right?
Yeah. I was like, sometimes I do that. I'm like, oh, I just had a funny conversation with somebody about that, and then I'm like, oh, they probably wouldn't want me to talk about that out loud. So I have to stop myself sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, guys.
Jimmy
We're
Dore's
fucked.
trending.
Of
That's
course he
nice.
is. My dude's trending all the time. What's he trending
When
for
is he
now?
not?
Do I need to text
Who
him?
knows? It's trending again. I think they just constantly talk about him. Oh, because he was on RBN today. That's probably why. Oh, and
yeah.
RFK tweeted him out too. That's why.
Oh, RFK. Did
Maybe he
tweet him
should
out?
listen to him on his Palestinian
Yes,
stances.
Jimmy.
Maybe.
I'm gonna text Jimmy. I'll hit him up. He needs to have RFK on, and he needs to, because Jimmy's good at this. Marianne Williamson did not support Assange before she went on Jimmy's show.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that now she does. Well, she supports him. But yeah, I mean, that would be cool. He needs to talk to somebody about Palestine because he's dead wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
And his base keeps telling me that he's receptive to that. He's open to changing his mind. Okay, prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it. Change
You
his
would
mind.
like to change your mind on this?
Yeah.
Change
his mind.
I mean, talk to
And
anyone
Jimmy
that's
Dore
been
is a
there.
no good right winger. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Talk about conspiracy
Terrible
theorists.
right winger.
He's like the king of them, right?
He's a
King of the
terrible right winger.
conspiracy. Yeah, he's awful.
The most not right winger I've ever seen.
Oh, Colin, you're gonna see him in Baltimore? Okay. I think he's going to Chicago. I might try to go to that one. I hope he comes back to Ohio. I think last year
those
he came
Chicago
in the fall.
ones.
The Chicago ones
like
I've been to two. They're very
murders.
good. Love it.
You know,
I've been to two.
I don't think he's allowed
although
it.
He's not.
I think they kicked him out of that venue, right?
Mhm.
Which is dumb. He sells out your venue multiple times, and then you're
Yes.
like, "No, I don't want him."
Yeah, those shows
Well,
are
how does that
packed
work?
every time. In
How
Chicago,
does that work?
yeah, he's packed every time.
Like literally, I think he sold that out like 3 nights in a row. I think,
Mhm.
right?
Couple
And then
different
like,
times.
yeah, was it
With
the theater
like
over
2
there?
shows a night, like 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday,
Yep.
and sells it out.
I don't know.
And then they're pissed.
Comedy clubs are dumb.
Now they are, yeah.
You know. So
He talks about that all the time. The comedies, so like,
I wonder if he needs to go over to Austin and go do Mothership at least once. I'm sure he'd sell that out.
yeah,
You know. So go
For
talk to your boy
sure.
Joe.
yeah. We need to get Joe
Um,
Rogan. We need to get Joe Rogan to talk about Assange.
Yes, we do. That would be
Can
nice.
you imagine if he had like Gabriel
Misty on? I agree. Misty on Joe
No.
Rogan would be quality
No.
stuff.
No, that's ridiculous.
You could talk about lifting. You'll be fine.
No, we could
You know,
do.
he'll make
totally.
you sniff ammonia. Have you done that yet? Ammonia
Yes.
inhalants.
Yes.
The ah's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
You
It's pretty bad.
know.
Yeah.
But
No, it doesn't need to be me. It could be Gabriel. It could be, I'm trying to think, because who would be like really good on Rogan who's Assange related? Nils Melzer, maybe?
Stella.
Gastola.
You know.
Stella.
I'd love Kevin
Yeah.
to be on there.
Gastola. Yeah, that would be good. Or
Sure.
Stefania. Or I don't know. I don't know if Stefania would be a good.
Indy links in chat. You can
I
go
don't know.
find it.
I can see Kevin being able to like run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Is that guy's like
Yeah.
a freaking encyclopedia?
Yeah,
when
but
it
like-
comes to
Yeah,
Assange
but he's
stuff.
very
Joe kind of knows
kinda-
how to do that.
Yeah, no, Joe's really
know.
good at getting people to talk about shit that they.
Right.
You
He'll
know.
end up talking about aliens and UFOs at the end of it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know who
know.
would be good in the Assange sphere.
There's a couple.
Anybody. I don't care who it
So,
is. I don't care.
like, I'm
I don't care.
surprised that when he's had people like Russell and them on, that they don't, like, they might mention it.
Yeah, even with
You
Roger
know.
Waters, I was so
Right.
pumped.
Like that
That was
whole
right.
thing with Roger.
That was
He should
right
just bring him on
before.
again
That was right
and
before
talk
we
about it
did
again.
the October event, and I was so pumped because I thought surely he's going to mention that there are global events taking place for Julian Assange in October. For sure,
Yeah.
he's going to. He did not. I was so
He
bummed,
was
and they
mainly
only talked
focusing
about
on
it.
his
They talked about it for
Ukraine
like
outrage
90
that they had.
seconds at the end of the interview.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
I was so bummed.
Yep.
I was so
So,
bummed. It was very disappointing.
but he'll talk to old Navy SEALs for 3 hours or whatever they want to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, craziness.
Yes.
I'm surprised we haven't seen him at one of the shows.
Who, Rogan?
But yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't go to the one in
like,
Austin because that's why he went on the Rogan show, is because he was in Austin on tour.
yeah.
So I'm
We
surprised. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Shanda played the wall the other day on her show on Rockfin.
Yeah,
I actually
heard about
haven't
that.
seen it. It was
I
very
didn't watch
good.
it. I haven't. Oz
So,
told me about it. Actually,
have you seen the wall?
Yeah, of course.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
I've only
ages
seen
ago.
I'd only seen like the music video versions of it.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Not the full thing.
I think probably I was in high school, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
early
is
20s.
Germany gonna arrest him from a completely different state and put him in
No.
Belmarsh for a while? And
I don't think so. I think that was more.
Everyone
Okay.
coming out after Roger Waters, like dressing as like a character from The Wall. I'm like, dude, he's been doing that shit for like 50 fucking years.
And The
Forever.
Wall is literally one of the
It's
single
ancient.
most anti-fascist pieces of art that has ever been produced.
Yes,
and the
very
idea
much
that
so.
anybody's trying to smear him as a fascist is fucking ridiculous. It is mind-blowingly ridiculous that anybody thinks that that's going to fly. It is literally one of the single most anti-fascist pieces of art ever produced. You cannot twist that.
Yeah.
You cannot. That's no. Nope. You don't get to rewrite that history. Sorry, that's not reality. Roger Waters is not a
Wild.
fascist. Roger Waters is not anti-Semitic. Roger Waters is a decent human being who recognizes the brutalization of the Palestinian people at the hands of Israel and is calling it out appropriately. End of story.
Yep. And
That's it.
one of the best
Roger
players out
Waters
there.
is a fascist. Fuck off. Really?
Ugh.
So stupid. So stupid.
Well.
Dude's been one of the most consistent celebrities ever. Probably the single most consistent celebrity. And I don't like celebrity worship. I don't worship Roger Waters. I like Roger Waters. I think I like Roger Waters even more than I like Pink Floyd. I like Pink Floyd, but
Yeah.
he's been one of the most consistent people for ages, decades.
Right.
He's always been on
Well,
the
and-
same shit.
Luckily we have people in power running for office who can tweet out their support of Roger Waters when he. Oh, yeah.
You don't though, because those people are actually Zionists.
Look at that.
Who'd have thunk it?
Oh, is it working?
Indy's here. He finally the Benadryl
anybody
kicked
hear
in.
me?
Oh, dude, we're just getting ready to wrap up. Really?
Can anybody hear
I know
me?
you got kids.
Can
Yeah, I
anybody
know,
hear
right?
me?
I'm old and tired though, and I
No.
can't stay up that late. I don't know
No.
how you guys do it.
There we go.
Nobody can hear me?
How about
Yeah,
that?
I can hear you
Yeah, I
now.
can hear you.
Yes.
You popped in and then
Okay,
it popped
good.
you out.
Yeah, you popped in and then
Good.
out.
Okay. What's up,
You're good, though.
everybody?
How's
Hello.
it going?
Welcome to Bitch on INN. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, baby. I
I
love it.
Oh, hey, while I'm
All
thinking about it, I don't know why I just now thought about it, but shout out to Crab for the cool intro song. And did Joe make the video? Who made the video?
Which video?
Who made the
The
video?
intro video.
Which one?
Crab.
That was
Crab made that
Skull
too?
Crab.
Shout out to Crab.
So
That was Greg. Greg's kicking
Crab's
ass.
killing it.
Why is that?
Crab's killing
Nice.
it.
Joe, I can find
He's really-
Joe's clip that he put up. Where's that at? We'll do the we're watching the now.
It's now. What happened? Right now. Gamer,
believe me
Charlie, screw Google. Look at this. This is everybody in the family. Colin, see, everybody comes out for Misty, and I'm so happy that you're all here. Seriously, like we've been talking about this for months. I've had a graphic in my computer for like 4 months announcing this stream, and like I could not wait for this to actually happen. So, thank you to everyone. Thank you, of course, to Misty for doing all this, and for Josh for coordinating the tech and getting us on PeerTube.
I didn't do a whole. I don't know why PeerTube did not fucking work this time. I need to look at my server when we're out of here.
Well, we got to figure out the rock then too.
Well, and
First,
I want to figure out like
I'm pretty sure I know what it is because you guys are streaming at 1080. I think.
Oh yes,
here's,
I have to
here's a
look at
clip Joe
something.
just made.
Oh no.
We're getting live clips. I'm
Hello?
freezing.
I'm
Internet?
seeing buffering.
Yeah, that's
Buffering.
me.
Or her?
No, it's me.
It's not me.
Let's
I'm
just do this.
Somebody.
I mean, I do have 1,000
Edward.
tabs open. But,
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
know.
you
do
always
this
do.
too. I can show
Yeah.
my chat. Woohoo! Oh, see, I should be
Man,
doing.
seeing
I
how
came
many
for
tabs
Misty's
y'all
shiny
have
hair.
open all
My
the
hair
time
is
gives
really.
me
I just
anxiety.
noticed that my hair does look really shiny today. I don't know what that is, but
Join
thanks.
us.
Why? Hello?
Probably because it's humid as fuck.
just flip me back around. Wait, I need to flip again. Am I mirrored
I don't know.
again?
I don't think
It's the
that
first
ever
week,
fixed.
guys. We'll
Elon.
figure this shit out.
Fuck
Elon. Seriously, what? Oh God. Here I
What
go.
is
That's it. Okay,
this?
another
I
hero
hate
worship.
worship.
Can we?
Can we stop?
Yes,
Oh,
we
God,
can
what's
stop
going
Misty.
on? It's confusing.
I hate watching myself.
Yes,
I
it's coming
genuinely
from all
hate it.
angles, and then you throw in soundboard on top of it,
We're
and
fucked.
yeah.
I hate watching
I don't-
myself. I hate listening to myself. I'm glad, Joe, if you want to make clips, that's fantastic. I will never do it. People have asked me to
We're
make clips of this show for ages. I cannot do it. I don't like watching myself.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Huh.
Not going to do it. It's not going to happen. So if somebody else wants to do it, you go right on ahead. I'm not doing it. It's torture.
Ugh,
I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate
it's
it.
pretty bad.
Well, my boss
You're
keeps
like,
telling
I
me
sound like
at
that?
TNT, they keep telling me I need to listen to myself so I can like listen for things that because I know I say everybody
Game
does. They have
film.
phrases that they repeat and things like that, and I'm like, I can't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do
can't.
it. You just tell me what I need to do better.
Yes, just make
You
a list for
know?
me. I'm open to criticism. It's fine. Just hit me with it, but I can't. It's not a thing that's ever going to happen.
Apparently your hair looks great, so you're fine.
Amazing. Thank you. I don't do shit
You're
to it,
welcome.
honestly. I wash it,
Right?
I dry it.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Maybe
Most
it's
of the time, I just
Maybelline.
let it air dry. Today, I did blow dry it.
And you stabbed your eyeball with your eyeliner.
I'm really terrible at girly stuff, and I'm awful at makeup. And I often stab myself in the eye with eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow, all of the things that go near your eye. I've managed to stab myself in the eye with it. Terrible at it.
Yep.
Don't like doing it.
Eyelash
It's not my
curlers
thing.
look like torture. That's all they look like.
They are. I don't like them.
You
I don't like any of
know.
it really. If I could get away with not doing it, I would. And just it's not. It's
You
Dude,
can.
I can't even watch someone use them fucking curlers. Like it gives me anxiety.
If
They're
it
not
it
fun.
feels like it's a torture device. You
wait.
know?
My hair looks fake. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it looks fake. Misty, you're wearing a wig. Everyone knows now.
It's real. Fuck. It's real.
You know, you've had alopecia for the last 4 years, and we should keep your name out of people's mouths.
Right.
You know.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Don't make me Will
So-
Smith, you bitches.
um,
I have a streak. It's just more of like a bluish green right now.
nice.
That's funky.
It's kind of faded.
Yep.
We do different colors.
Oh,
we go
it's
back and
faded.
forth.
Indy, what do you
Better hit up
what do you
Ethan.
want to bitch about this week before we head out? Anything?
Oh my God.
I think we bitched about most of the things I wanted to bitch about. So yeah, Indy, do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I heard that you guys got to the complainers and on YouTube on Twitter, and that
Yeah.
was they've been look, man.
Yeah, we touched on that for a second or
Yeah,
two.
it's coincided. Look, when you're harping on one small issue from an article that was written 9 months ago, and the rest of the thing is full of receipts.
Oh yeah, that person.
That's on
Yeah.
you, man. Like, people making hate videos. Like, we must be doing something right for this tiny little channel that just
Turn on
started less than
mic
2
wise.
years ago.
Yeah.
But what?
so that you have your little spectralizer.
Oh. Oh, here. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. Hey,
There it is.
how about now? Woo! All right.
Wow.
So yeah. What else are we bitching about? View counts. on YouTube that are getting suppressed to shit. We've got Rumble that are fake views, and the fight between what I'm bitching about is Substack versus Twitter still. I mean, we're almost 2 months into this thing. Guys, we got to fucking work this out. Like, this is ridiculous. You know, having to save the image, write up the name, grab the link.
Well, didn't the one guy
do a fucking tweet? Like, what?
Didn't Hamish work with Elon?
Yeah, he worked for Tesla. Yeah.
Right.
He worked for Tesla. He was hired directly by Elon Musk. Like, I saw this long post by him about it. Yes. So it's personal. I don't know. Yes, our channels are being suppressed as hell. On top of the fact that Tara Reid, love you, Tara Reid, support you, stand by you 100%. So proud of you for everything you did this week. That's one thing I want to bitch about. Fuck the corporate media for smearing and getting it wrong and saying the word defect like she's some refugee. I don't even know what, you know, not that that's a bad word, because we create
They're
refugees.
lumping in there with Steven Seagal. Get the fuck.
Come on, man. Like, no, it was not a defection. She went on vacation. They told her it wasn't safe to come home because she was either going to be arrested or something could physically happen to her, and they can't guarantee her physical safety. That's a problem. There's the woman that they blocked from testifying at the UN. This is a woman they're trying to stop from testifying in front of Congress right now because they don't want to air any dirty laundry about sleepy fucking I fall on my face every day Joe.
No offense to you, Sleepy.
I like Burmes's term for him. He calls him Zombie Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's, Joe. And yes, Colin, F all those people.
He's still creepy. Yes. Fuck Danny Boy the op, the paid op, who accuses us of being paid ops. That's the first tell.
Who?
This clown that was
tagging
you.
On Twitter.
I'm making money.
Elmer Fed.
Where's my fucking check?
Elmer Fed.
I don't
Come
pay
on, guy.
I'm not good at names, and I don't pay it like I don't.
Yeah,
pay
dude.
These people. Can I just recommend to you guys that you just don't pay
You
attention
started blocking
to
them,
these
gamer.
people. Yeah, just don't pay attention. Just don't.
I just started blocking them. They don't get the right to come
Well,
in
and
here
then
and
they
harass
bitch
everyone
because
and
you
fuck up
block. Yeah.
chat.
You blocked them, and it's like, I don't care.
And it's like, if you're gonna,
you know what? I don't care.
spam-
Go cry somewhere else. Go bitch somewhere else. Seriously, go create your own show called Bitch and your own Substack and complain all about INN that nobody's going to care about. Have a good time.
I mean,
Like,
that's how you want to. We were just talking about this earlier. Why would you spend your time that way? Like, there are much. No offense to you guys, but there are much bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean? Like, INN doesn't have power and influence. No offense again, but it's not. Can you focus on people who actually have control over your lives? Can you focus some energy on the people who are destroying the country and the world and the globe? And I mean, maybe you're focused on INN. It's just weird to me that that's where people choose to spend their energy. It's so bizarre. It really is so bizarre.
Well,
I don't
it's
get it.
anyone that goes. It's anyone that goes after and has a receipt for something that you can take down, or not even take down, but expose the veneer, the platitude salad that is the Democratic Party, that is big labor, that is big business. Anything that exposes the light on the fact that it's not really what you think it is and what they're selling you on TV, they've got to kill that and they've got to bury that. Now, I noticed that we're being attacked heavily in the last week, right after this whole thing with Tara happens. Also, DNC ops are everywhere, and it's not even DNC. DNC friendly. It's Midas Touch. It's NGOs. It's everybody that wants to keep the war machine going because she's speaking out. And we, we've been pretty public in that way. But though we are small, apparently somebody's paying attention. And hi guys, that pay attention. There's going to be a lot more coming.
Yeah.
All I can say.
Yeah, I stopped caring about trolls a long time ago. Like, every once in a while, it's fun to kick one around, but those kind of people, they don't engage in any meaningful way. They're not there. Like, a lot, and I don't know if you guys experience this, but a lot of my trolls have this completely imagined version of me made up in their head. Like, there's people who think that I support Bernie. Like, there's one guy that hates me because he thinks I'm like a closet Bernie Sanders and like Democrat Party supporter. I don't know how anybody could possibly think that about me, but he convinced. Like, they have these I'm not responsible for the version you have of me in your head. I'm just not. I'm not responsible for that. It's not my problem. And these people don't ever engage in any real way, and they're just a waste of time. And that's the thing, is they are meant to waste your time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bernie. Yeah, saying that. Yeah, I love that when I see the reply to like, "Go have fun with your boy Obama." Like,
yes, somebody said that to me this week. Me.
I saw it. I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yes, my guy Obama. Everybody knows how much I love Obama, right?
You go have fun with that. Like,
oh my God. You cannot possibly. You clearly don't know who I am. You clearly do not know anything about me if that is something that you are throwing at me. Nope.
Ugh.
Nobody could ever make that mistake. It only takes like a very cursory look at my timeline to understand that that's not reality at all.
yeah, and then the ones that say that well, of course, you're a big Trumper, right?
Oh,
like,
totally.
no,
I totally support. Y'all,
no,
I've
like,
gone so
guys.
hard at Trump. Are you kidding? He's the guy that had Julian Assange arrested. I'm a Trumper? Are you on drugs?
Right?
Joe's totally gonna clip that. Joe's gonna clip
Chris-
that.
Rude.
Are you on drugs? As soon
Don't
as I
give
said
him
it, I was like,
ideas.
fuck.
now it's like everything you say is going to become a soundbite. That's what
I'm
you have to
conscious of it.
think.
I'm conscious of it now.
Oh, see, don't self-censor. This is
I
this is the
won't.
best.
I don't have the
Misty.
ability
Raging-
to do that.
Yes.
We talked about
She
this
just
earlier.
doesn't. She
comes
just
out.
doesn't want to hear herself talk.
No. And people play it on Twitter, and then I'm like, God, I have to watch my. No, that's why I have automatic play turned off on Twitter, and
Just
that's one of
become
the
a
reasons
Misty. Become a narcissist. Just
No.
become
My favorite is
one.
we are truly and
I
completely
walk. If
fucked.
that shit happens,
We
I
are
walk.
truly and completely fucked.
Sleepy, I give you permission to walk. Sleepy, punch me in the face and then walk, please. if
Yeah,
I
I
ever
don't-
become
I
like
don't-
that,
I
please.
don't fuck with narcissists on fucking
No.
shows, dude. I'm done.
I'm
Don't
not,
be
yeah.
self-critical.
Sleepy's had
Just
lots of
don't,
experience there. I think
know.
he's over it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm not. Like hold me accountable if I ever get like douchey.
Dude, you know I ain't shy.
Please. No, you would tell me. I know. That's why I surround myself with people who I know would in fact tell me. And yeah, you're one of those people for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Once Farron, I guess, gets hired somewhere, maybe she can come on and she can definitely bitch, because I would love to hear some of the stuff that she's
I can't believe I've never done
now.
a show with her, and I cannot believe that
Are you
has not
kidding?
happened. Yeah.
Well, it's
Dude,
gonna happen.
I can't
When's
believe.
the last time you talked to Margaret Villa?
Who?
Margaret, she's you know her if you saw her. She was like a huge Bernie supporter back in the day. She's done Assange stuff with us on the West Coast. She ran for office at some point. She's really cool, dude. Like I'll
I'm
send you
shit
a
at
link.
names.
But she's trying to organize some shit, so I think you should have her on.
Oh, okay. Is it electoral politics related? Because I don't
No.
fuck with it. Okay.
No.
Well, send me over a link
No,
to
she's
something that I can
done
look
with
up.
she's pretty done with electoral politics at this
Okay.
point.
Because I just can't. I can't fuck with it anymore. Like also, like I had Lori on, Lori Spencer. She's a big RFK supporter, which I obviously hardcore disagree with. But I still had her on. Like I like Lori. Lori's cool because Lori supports Kennedy, but she's also fairly honest about his flaws. I think she's a little blind to some stuff.
I
Out
think
of
people
support,
just have
but, you know,
they have an issue with not supporting anyone. They feel like they
Yeah.
have to support
Yeah, for
someone.
sure.
It's like, no, you don't.
you don't.
You don't have to.
But I
Like-
do like
like
Lori
they're-
still. I like her a lot.
And,
Yeah.
and their argument is, look, somebody's going to win, so you might as well back the one that's close.
Yeah.
No, just no.
No.
You're not
You
good
don't have
enough.
to
We
engage in
don't
this
have
system.
Good enough. We
No.
have a system that won't allow good enough. It destroys anyone that rises up that is anyone halfway decent or that unless they have enough money to say fuck you to the rest of the system, in which case, how do you think they got enough money to say fuck you to the system?
Yeah.
The whole thing is built like that.
People keep
So-
yelling at me saying, nobody's ever going to be good enough for me. Well, no.
Nope.
And nobody should ever be good enough for you either. You should always hold
Right.
politicians accountable. You should always push them to do better and be better. That's the point. Like nobody should ever, yes, I'm going to be critical of all of them forever, for the rest of all time. As long as politicians exist, you should be critical of them. It's weird that people don't understand that.
And you can credit them when they help, and sometimes
and I
they
do.
occasionally do. Right.
Yes.
And you certainly do. When they speak out, when they step up and they actually do things to help people. But you got East Palestine. I want to bitch about East Palestine, man. How badly these people are being abandoned and treated and dismissed and just left
Something
to the
happened
wolves.
with Norfolk today, right?
With
And the
Norfolk
Teamsters
Southern.
attacking them.
Yeah, there's.
I mean,
So
I wanna-
Margaret's trying to trying to revive the organizing against Monsanto.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll send you a link.
I'm
Yeah,
down
send
for
me some
that.
shit. Oh yeah,
Mayor
Sleepy. I forgot about your
Monsanto.
friend too. I
You-
want to talk
you-
to your friend. The
Yeah, I'll
gardening
get you in
and-
touch
yeah.
with her.
No, you send me your stuff. I just forgot. I got distracted. You know how it is. You know how I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get distracted.
I'm actually
A
working
lot.
on her site too. So
The other issue, Misty, is that then we get frustrated when people tell us things 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, which is which I know is bad because I know I need people to do that. But then I'm like,
Yes.
fuck you, you know,
Yes. And
like,
it's completely nonsensical because yes, I do need lots of reminders.
right? Like I
And
need
so
that exactly.
You're doing me a favor, but also it's annoying.
Yes.
And I think some of that is just like not self-loathing, but like I am mad at myself because I have to be reminded so often. And so that's
Right.
part of my annoyance. I just take it out on
Yep.
I try not to take it out on people, but I do get annoyed because people remind me about stuff all that, but you have to. You have to. Like it's not a joke. Like I'm not I don't it's legit. It's legit. ADHD struggle is real over here.
It's
It's
bad.
real.
You know.
It's real. Especially
But
now
it's
that
Misty, it's just because you have a cell phone. You know, it's not anything to do
Totally.
with biology or
it's not a
brain
real
chemistry
thing,
or
Reef. It's just something
it
we
just
made
doesn't.
up.
It just ignore it. It's made up.
It's just an
You know.
excuse. I
Yeah.
Yes, we
wish.
definitely Jesse on when we do the bitch about East Palestine for sure.
Yeah.
He would be here tonight,
Yep.
of course, but Fox is here, but
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
always
he's
next week.
single dadding. But yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna
we
be here
got
every Saturday. So
Woo.
most
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be some days that I'll be traveling or whatever. Ship will be up, whatever. But
Which we've been up
Saturdays.
2 hours now, I think.
Yeah.
2+. So yeah, let's
Yep.
let everyone
Wrap it
go
up.
watch Beauty and the Boomer and go watch Oz and Shanda. Check out them on Beauty and the Boomer.
Yeah, they're probably still
God,
live
we
right
got a
now.
lot
Oh, I know
coming
who that
up this
person is,
week.
Sleepy. Okay.
yeah, she's
Yes,
cool as
and
hell.
Vila.
I'm just shit
Yeah,
at
she
names.
is cool. So. All right,
I'm-
I'll reach. I'm already starting a DM to her. So, and
Okay.
I actually she asked about the stream tonight. I sent her links to it, so she might even been here for all we know. But I will reach out on Twitter
Yeah,
and we'll get her booked
she's
up for
one
a
of the
show.
few politicians on Twitter, people who ran
Wait, she's a
that I will
politician?
fuck
Oh,
with.
she ran.
No,
Okay.
no, she
Appreciate
For
ran.
assembly,
Years
yeah,
and
she
years
ran for
ago. It
like
was hella years
Okay.
ago.
assembly.
I don't like begrudge I don't begrudge people who run. I mean there's people that have run that I like, but I just am not. We disagree heavily.
I
on
begrudge
that.
people
I've
who
met her in
who
person
are
and
running,
stuff, and she's just
but not
she seems
ran.
like a really genuine, cool person.
I don't even begrudge people
Gamer,
that
I'll
are
see you tomorrow
running
night.
currently. If that's your thing, if that's what you like, Matt Ho just ran. I have no issue with that. I think he's a cool dude. I think but what they did to him is just proof of why that's dumb. No
Yes.
offense to Matt. No, I don't mean to be offensive there, but it is dumb. Like it's just it's dumb. It's never gonna work.
Delilah, same thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's never gonna work.
I feel you. You know,
It's never gonna work. It's never going to work. Can we please? It's never gonna work. Ever.
like you got to deal with the election integrity first.
Yeah.
Which Pasta
Which
and
is-
Fee will yell at you for hours about it. Go listen to them. Tell
But
you
then-
that
Nico-
you're
Never mind.
yes.
Nico, who will be
Let's
on
not
with
get
Yeah.
into
Misty on-
this.
I
Nico
know.
will be on with Misty on
Pasta.
Tuesday night on TNT. So
Monday.
yeah,
It's
check
okay.
out Misty on TNT.
Feel whip them up into shape.
Monday
Yeah.
is
You know.
Abel
Pasta is an
Tomlinson.
eternal optimist.
Yeah, here we just went through this earlier, but yeah, Monday's
Oh,
Abel
good.
Tomlinson, Tuesday's Nico. This is on my show, by the way, TNT Radio, TNTradio.live. Guys, it is self-promoted. Look at that. I'm getting better. So Monday, I used to be really terrible at that. I still am. Like Steph, I had Steph on the other day, and she's like, "You need to post this a lot, but like this was really fun. This was good. You're good at this show." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not good at that stuff. I'm terrible at self-promotion." So I'm
Well,
working on it
that's
though.
what
I
you
have
got me
gotten better.
for.
I have
And
gotten
you got
better.
me for that. That's what
Have
we
got-
get. That's what we're here for.
Yes, I've gotten so much better, honestly. Okay, Abel Tomlinson Monday, Nico House Tuesday, Dave DeCamp on Wednesday, Alex Rubenstein on Thursday, and Ford Fisher on Friday. So that's a lot of dudes. It's like a sausage fest, but all right.
It's a hell of a lineup, I have
It
to
is a
say.
hell of a lineup.
Hey,
Yeah.
I gotta go with we gotta go with who responds, and we reach out to a bunch of people, and
No, I get it. I just
It's-
realized that that's all boys. I'm like, oh,
yeah, that is a sausage fest this week.
It is.
Usually we try to mix it up.
Oh, bitches.
Well, tomorrow
Okay.
night we got
That should be an outro for this show. Oh, bitches.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's not bad.
All right, what does everybody else have coming up? You guys have anything coming up that you want to hype?
Jesus,
Tomorrow night. How do we miss that?
Right?
Monday night, alternative angle. Tuesday night, American tradition with Jesse Jett. Wednesday, Iron and News. Me and Colin will be holding that down. Thursday and Friday, I don't know.
Thursday we got a new show coming. Thursday we got a new show coming from Chris. I don't know what it's going to call. What it be called? But he said he's working on something. Friday, hopefully Angel's going to be able to go live. I don't know what's going on. He said something about switching from daily weekdays to once every Friday at 2:15 in the Eastern, and then we'll be back here next Saturday night.
Sabby would be a good person to have on.
Yeah, Sabby would be
Yeah,
good.
Sabby
We can
would be
reach out
fun.
to her.
I want to get Fee on, but I don't know what time it is for her right now. It's really late for her, I think.
Dude, she only
It's like
sleeps
really
like 2
early.
hours at a time.
I know, but
Sabby
still,
went off. Sabby went off this week. It was great. Oh my
it's
god!
nice to
Sabby
see Sabby
killed.
doing that a little bit more because she's pretty good about being buttoned up, but I like it when she gets feisty.
Please, more of that.
More-
Spicy,
we need more
spicy
Sabby
Sabby,
rants.
best Sabby.
She doesn't rant enough, in my opinion. Which it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody can be crazy.
I think a lot of us are just numb to that righteous anger we should have. We're just we don't have any more of that to give anymore.
What's up, Spooky? Karen,
Yep.
I love all you people. Seriously, Miguel,
Yeah.
thank you.
Appreciate
I really
the
miss the
chat.
chat,
Thank you for
and
showing
I
up.
thank you for coming.
There
and
is a
hanging
chat
out.
on TNT Radio. You just have to look for it.
I know, but I haven't ever figured it out.
It's,
And
But you
it's
guys-
I know.
probably more hopping at your new time slot, though.
yeah, I've never bothered
Yeah.
to check it out, and you know how it is. Anything like technology wise, it'll take me
It's
forever.
not
to even-
fantastic.
No,
so-
I
No,
don't
yeah,
think
it's like an
Hard.
overall show chat. It's for their entire all
yeah, I
day
think it's
thing.
just like it
Everything.
runs 24 hours a day, and then
Yep.
whoever's on air, you just get people that'll jump in and chat. So yeah, if you guys want to, if you guys will hop in the chat for TNT Radio, I will check the chat. I'm not
Yep.
going to bother if it's, you know what I mean. Like, I just don't. It's hard for me to focus on my guest and also try to read the chat. But during like ad
Well,
breaks,
it's
if
an
you guys
hour-
are in
it's
there
an
and you have
hour show.
questions, like if I
Yeah.
have somebody on and you want to, if there's like a question you want to ask, if you guys like people that I know and love and we've been hanging, in the chats together for a while, then that's cool. But it's harder for me to focus on. It's hard for me to focus on my guest and then also read the chat, but I can do it during ad breaks.
Look, it's not easy to look. It's a dance to run a live stream, the same thing, and pay attention to chat and make sure that hit the buttons and the right screen that you're in. It's.
I don't have to worry about any of that stuff, but for a live
I know,
radio show, when you have to focus on your guest and you have to worry about timing and ad breaks and all of that stuff, it's a little bit. It's a little
Misty,
bit harder.
by the way, your timing on that show is impeccable.
Thank you.
Like, it's so easy. You make it real easy to keep up, and like that's what just people should expect when they go on. Just keep up. We're gonna move. Just keep
We are
up.
gonna move.
You're gonna be fine. You know. So
yeah,
I love
my
it.
producer. The reason why I smiled when you said this because my producer, with my new time slot, I have a new producer, and he every day he tells me that.
Yeah,
He's like, you have really good timing, and I'm like,
it's so good.
thank you.
Like,
It's not easy. Like
Yeah,
it's taken some practice. Like when I think if you go back and watch my first shows or listen to my first shows, it was a little bit clumsier.
You picked up the ad break timing and stuff really quick.
Yeah, and I think it's also just your timing conversating for people. You're very good with that. So, I always, every
boss
time I
loves
get
it
off
too.
there, I'm like, I love
My
Misty
boss-
shit.
Probably shouldn't talk about that, but yeah, my boss loves that too.
Yeah.
He's like, there's never any
So-
dead air with you, and I'm like, no.
Nope. That's because we hate dead air.
I hate dead
Like
air.
normally as a human being, I'm like, why is it quiet in here? Someone should be
Yes.
talking.
Yes.
But that's probably me. I'm doing that.
Well,
you know?
you and I, especially with our ADHD brain, silence is not good for me, and especially
No.
like on air silence, I genuinely panic.
Yep.
So there is no dead air. We just keep on moving. We just keep on chugging
Yep.
through the show. So we're just gonna keep going, even if it's awkward and weird. Okay,
Yep.
go sleepy, go. Go sleepy, go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we're
we
gonna go.
can-
We're done. We're
we
done.
can
I'm sorry.
wrap.
We're just rambling
We're-
at this point. So thanks
we're
everybody
good.
for
Bye,
tuning in.
everybody.
We're going to be back on next Saturday. But again, you can check out tntradio.live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern for my show. Please go check out INN. Thanks, INN, and everybody for your help on
No
pulling this show
problem.
off. Crab, thanks for the video and the intro song, all that good stuff. You guys are amazing. And we will see you next week. And thanks, everybody in the chat. I missed you. I love you. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
I'm
Yeah,
waving
pull us
goodbye, even
off.
though you can't see.